oversaw, as I recall, our withdrawal from Iraq in the buildup of ISIS. And you recall that our Secretary of Defense, Austin, as a general, told Obama that ISIS was the JV team. Remember that, Mr. Producer? So this is the collection, this is the brain trust that is advising the Commander-in-Chief, and he even ignores them. He even ignores them. We deserve better than this.
Oh, hey, did you guys email me coach or anything?
This is our country. This is our country. We're going to suffer the consequences, including on the border, including what they plan to do, passing this phony budget with all the horrific social engineering party in their base.
Soda, candy, nachos, popcorn, and hot dogs. I mean, get it while it lasts.
Check, check. Check, check. I will do that now. Crap. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Okay. Just send it. Can you take programming out, please? Awesome. It went to the A. Let me try it. Let me make sure. Okay, hang on.
I've got 7 starters, or 8. I need 3 more. You got the lineman? You need a lineman?
Okay, now check your AOL.
All he gave us was the lineman. Oh. 54. Hey, buddy. Okay, that's what we'll do.
That's me.
72.
That's me.
77. 78. If Benton don't win this sucker, I hope you got it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Here we go, Bubba. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Benton Tabor Field, home of the Rangers. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson as we are getting you set for Carterville Lion football here on News Radio WJPF, the SIH pregame show. Good evening to you, and hope you are having a great evening as we're kicking off the high school football season for 2021.
Boy, it seems like it hasn't been that long, and it hasn't since we finished up the Carterville High School football season back in spring. And here we are, back when football is supposed to be played. Late August, it's hot, it's humid. What else could you ask for?
Well, we couldn't. I don't want to ask for any more heat. We've got the heat, but it's going to wind up. We're just playing football, and I'm very happy for that under the circumstances this year, and the fact that we're getting to start the season on time, I think, says a lot about these two teams right here.
Yeah, there's no question. They've taken all the precautions to make this happen. All the protocols have been played out, and here we are playing high school football, and lo and behold, we have two of the top 5 teams in Southern Illinois going head-to-head here tonight in Benton.
It was just 127 days ago that Carterville got that win over DuQuoin to wrap up the spring season. Carterville went 4-1 in the spring. Of course, lost several key senior players, particularly at running back and at quarterback, and Eli Downing, and some new blood into this varsity lineup.
Yeah, skill position players are where this team took a hit, but you've got Andrew Hellriegel, who is the quarterback this year. He's a junior, and I believe since he's been in high school, he has not lost a high school football game as a starting quarterback. Of course, the freshman team went undefeated a couple of years ago, and this is a junior-dominated team, and it's going to be interesting to see how he plays. You've got Townsend Barton. You've got Peyton Biddle on the outside as a wide receiver, all very capable of making big plays for this Lions team.
You are correct, and we want to say just right off the get-go, we want to thank all of our sponsors for Carterville Lions Sports. You'll be hearing from them during our pregame and in-game and post-game show. And Brian, our pals back at the studio, engineering the broadcast for us, and we're just thankful to be playing football with you. Actually, I had a chance to talk to head coach Brett Dial before the game about this matchup with the Benton Rangers, and as we continue on the pregame show, we'll get you set here for the Carterville Lions against the Benton Rangers on News Radio WJPF. Go to break. Yeah, that'll take us to the anthem. Welcome back to Tabor Field in Benton as we get you set for Carterville Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. Scott Hudson, there is no doubt about, let's talk first about the Benton Rangers, about this offense and where that offense runs through.
Yeah, it runs through their senior quarterback, Keegan Glover, the 6-foot, 165-pound senior. He's, as you heard Coach Dial say, he's a 3-year starter. He can fling it with the best of them, and I'm sure they're going to try to spread Carterville's defense out tonight, and that's going to be probably one of the biggest challenges for Carterville's defense this evening.
And on the opposite side, you hit on Andrew Hellriegel, the new quarterback, the junior, but we've seen in his freshman games, we've seen in his sophomore games, he can air it out. He throws a pretty ball, and he can run this offense.
Yeah, he's obviously not as big as Eli Downing, but he's probably a little quicker, maybe a little faster getting to the edge. He can run the ball, will run the ball, and he's got a good arm for his size. And, one thing about this junior group, Dave, is, they're used to winning. They know what it takes to win. As I said earlier, they won all their games as freshmen. There's a little bit of a confidence, I think, in this group, and we'll see how it plays out tonight. But I'm sure there's some butterflies in Mr. Hellriegel's stomach right now.
And there's, when you look at the breakdown of this Carterville Lions team, the seniors are outnumbered. There's 11 seniors. There's 18 juniors on this football team and 12 sophomores. One of those seniors that you're going to need to watch and is going to be a big part of this Lions offense is going to be Townsend Barton.
No question. We saw what he could do last year in the few games that he played. Very quick, very strong, very athletic. I think they will use him in a lot of different positions, not only at running back, probably line him up in the slot or wide receiver. He's just a big, strong kid that's got good speed. And I think that's, right now, first game of the year, and I said this earlier, I don't think Coach Dial wants his junior quarterback, Hellriegel, to have to go out and win him a game in the fourth quarter in his first game on the road against a team like Benton. He probably wants his team to play the lead and let a guy like Townsend Barton and some of these other kids who have played at the varsity level be the difference makers.
The one thing we can't ignore about this Lions team is that offensive line.
The offensive line is big and they're young. And I joked earlier, I said it's kind of ironic. They're all, 4 of the 5 starting offensive linemen are juniors, yet they are the veterans of this squad because all 4 of those started last year as juniors, as sophomores, and they did very well. And I think that's that's one of the big keys to this game tonight also. I think Carterville's offensive line is going to have to own the line of scrimmage. They're going to have those long, time-consuming drives that end up in points. And if you can do that, that's probably the best defense against Glover because he's going to be on the sidelines watching.
A week ago at Meet the Lions when they were introducing all the football players, and you have 70, 71, 72, 73, 74 standing by side, the PA announcer said, ladies and gentlemen, that is your offensive line. They are big, they are strong, and it's going to be a strong point for this Lions team this season. Looking forward to this season. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to hear some names you probably haven't heard before, but we're playing football, and that's the most important thing here. Is the Benton Rangers make their way from the end zone to the east, the Carterville Lions walking their way end zone to the west, and brand new turf here at Tabor Field, a beautiful facility. It is absolutely gorgeous. The staff and administration here at Benton High School to be commended. Ryan Miller, the AD, it is great as the Rangers come down to the 50-yard line prior to the national anthem and quietly walking the far sideline. The Carterville Lions making their way to their position on the visitor side here at Tabor Field. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just a few minutes away from the kickoff here. Week number 1, Carterville coming off that 4-1 record in the spring season, and would like to get off to a great start with a big win over this Benton Ranger squad here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test for Carterville, but this is kind of a barometer for both teams coming into this season.
We'll go out and take a break as we continue here on our SIH pregame show. When we come back, we're going to have the kickoff next on News Radio WJPF. I don't have a crowd mic tonight, so. Welcome back to Tabor Field. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson as we are just moments away from kickoff here between the Carterville Lions and the Benton Rangers, week 1 of the high school football season. National anthem is done, and we are getting ready for the introduction of the starting lineups for both teams. Scott, let's kind of talk about this Carterville Lions offense. They're led by the junior quarterback, Andrew Hellriegel, and he sets the table for this Lions team. Yeah, he will. And, coming into this game, I think it was probably easier for Carterville to prepare for Benton because they've seen Glover before. They know what to expect out of this offense. Doesn't mean it's easy, makes it easier to defend. There's the familiarity with this team, I think, helped Carterville. On the flip side, Benton hasn't seen Hellriegel, and they haven't seen some of these kids that are going to be on offense tonight for Carterville. And I think that makes game planning for Carterville maybe a little tougher, and Benton will maybe have to make adjustments as the game goes along. When you talk about some of the other players that will be featured, of course, it'll be Peyton Biddle, the wide receiver. Of course, he was all-conference in 3 sports last year. He's an athlete. He likes to play. Yeah, if he was about 6'2", you'd probably be hearing about him being recruited by a lot of schools. But
We've seen what he can do on the basketball floor. He's very aggressive when he has the ball. He plays the same way in football and baseball. He's kind of like their little spark plug.
Jordan Cordes, the tight end. I love the motor on Jordan Cordes, not just on the offensive side, but especially on the defensive side.
I was probably the most impressed individually with Cordes more than anybody else this past spring. Being a sophomore, being able to get to the quarterback the way he did, he's going to be a big key in this game tonight, trying to get pressure on Glover.
Also, we talked about Townsend Barton. Townsend is just a superb athlete, probably one of the top 10 decathletes in the country, which he just got into this spring. He's a hard-nosed, high-rev kind of guy.
He is. I mean, he's intense at everything he does. He's a very good athlete. And, he had to split carries last year with Preston Summer. And, of course, Eli Downing, the quarterback, ran the ball as well. But I think this is Townsend Barton's team as far as running backs.
And we'll pick up some of the starting other starters that we haven't mentioned here as we go along.
I think, Dave, Carterville won the toss. They deferred, so they will be kicking off to Benton to start this game.
I believe you may be right. Beautiful nights. Skies, rain's held off. I thought maybe we might have to deal with a little bit of rain showers here this evening. But doesn't appear that that's going to be the case. And we are running right on time here at Tabor Field. Glad to have you and kick back and enjoy this matchup between two of the top five teams in the Southern Illinois Coaches Poll from 103.5 ESPN.
Yeah, and obviously, turnovers, penalties could play a part in this game, but I think something else that we haven't even mentioned that could play a part in this game, with this heat and humidity, how many players will cramp up? That could be a big factor.
Carterville in their home whites with the dark letters. In their road whites, in their dark letters. Lions, the new helmets. If you
Actually,
didn't get to
Carterville is going to receive. I made my first mistake of the season, Dave. We haven't even had the first kickoff yet. That's right. Got it out of the way.
You knocked it out early. So Benton
we don't have a preseason.
The kicking, and it'll be Jesper Cepeda-Eber that'll be doing the kicking from the 40-yard line. Back deep. Imagine that. It's Townsend Barton. He stands just inside the 10-yard line. Also back there is Blake Berkey and Peyton Biddle. The kick is going to be taken by Townsend Barton at about the 8-yard line, out across the 20, the 25, 26, 27, and Carterville is going to have the ball 1st and 10 from the 27.
Yeah, I saw some clips of Carterville's practices this year. It looks like they're going to try and throw the ball short, get the ball out of Hellriegel's hands quickly into the speedy receivers and let them work in the open field.
That's exactly what they're going to do. If you'd like to watch a game and you couldn't be here, don't forget you can head to YouTube and you can search Carterville Lions at Benton Rangers. We got the broadcast right there along with the video on our YouTube channel. Carterville starts at 1st and 10 from the 27, working right to left on your radio dial. Andrew Hellriegel, the quarterback, gives it to his running back. That is Ethan Lanham on the carry. Ethan wears number 33, the 5'9", 188 senior for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Lanham. We were talking about Barton, and then 33, Lanham gets the ball and gains 10 and a first down.
Ball is out at the 37-yard line. A gain of 10 on that carry by Lanham. And Carterville picks up the first down on the first snap as they put Townsend Barton in motion. Lanham's going to take the carry, though, out across the 40, just short of the 41. We'll call it the 40. 2nd down and 7 for the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville wants to establish the running game, and then that will make the play-action pass a little more effective.
You'll see Townsend Barton being the jet back. He'll move up and down that offensive line. They do it again, and they get the handoff to Barton off the right side, trying to get a block, and he can't. He gets wrapped up. 2, 3 of the Benton Rangers are right there. Townsend Barton, actually a loss on that carry.
Yeah, Barton just could not get to the corner and turn it upfield. Great pursuit by Benton's defense, bringing up a 3rd and 8, and we'll see what Carterville calls on what appears to be an obvious passing situation.
This may be the first pass by the junior quarterback in Andrew Hellriegel. 6'1", 156 junior quarterback. 2 receivers to the right, Barton is the motion man, but it's going to be Hellriegel keeps it out across the 45, out near the 50. In that second effort, Scott Hudson may have given the Lions a first down.
No question. Hellriegel with great second effort with his back to the end zone, lunges forward just enough to get that first down.
They mark it at the 48-yard line, first down. That's the second first down of this drive for the Lions.
And so far, the offensive line has done a good job.
Yes, they have. The ball setting on the far hash from our location here at Tabor Field. Hellriegel throws it out to the right side. Barton has the catch and falls forward for about 3, maybe 4 yards, bringing up second down now for Carterville.
Yeah, positive yards, getting the ball out to Barton, try to get him in the open field and let him do his thing.
Quick throw from Hellriegel.
Yeah, and when you throw that far across the field, it's got to be a quick throw, and hopefully the corner doesn't come up and try to pick it off.
Gain of 3. It's 2nd and 7 now from the 49 for the Lions. Hellriegel takes the snap, gives it to his running back Lanham. Out across the 45, down near the 40. It's going to be a first down for Carterville.
Well, I like what I see out of Lanham and this offensive line. Lanham kind of built low to the ground, really powers his way through that offensive line.
Actually, yeah, they're going to move the chain. They had to take a look, but it was a first down for the Lions, the third first down on this drive. A nice drive by the Lions to start things out here at Benton. 3 receivers to the right, 1 near side. It's the give. No, Hellriegel keeps it. Jumps over the defense, falls forward for a gain of about 6, and a flag on the far side lays at the 42-yard line.
Yeah,
the
where
first
that
penalty
is,
of the game.
Yeah, where that is at, I would say it's probably either lined up off sides or motion on Carterville would be my guess.
Here's the call. It's going to be motion on the Lions, so that'll cost them some yardage, a first penalty of the game. So they pick up the flag on the far side. And that 5-yard penalty is going to put the ball at the 41 of the Benton Rangers.
Well, let's see here what they're going to do. They should mark it off from the line of scrimmage. But
yeah, because they marked that as a spot foul. Yeah, that's what
they're
going to
mark
do. They're
it
going
off.
to back
I was
it
going to
up.
say that would have been a great break for Carterville.
Yeah.
But
so it's there's the loss on the penalty. It's going to be first down and 15, and the ball now is at the 47 of Benton. 2 receivers to the right. They put Peyton Biddle in motion to the right. It's the give to Lanham, though. Cuts it up inside, puts his head down, falls down at about the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 2 on the carry.
Yeah, not much room for Lanham there. Looked like he was going to bounce it to the outside, saw a crease on the inside, but just could not get back to the original line of scrimmage.
The 8th play of this drive for Coach Brett Dial and this Carterville Lion offense, and this is exactly the kind of offensive possession you want to see out of the Lions.
Yeah, take away the penalty against Carterville. This has been a very, very successful first drive.
2nd and 13 now from the 45 of Benton. Hellriegel takes the snap, looks to throw. Throws it out to the right side. No, going up and grabbing that is Blake Berkey. He breaks it for a first down inside the 30-yard line. Big play and a beautiful catch from the 6'1 junior.
Berkey went up high, got the ball. Great catch. A great throw by Hellriegel because there was coverage on Berkey, but he threw the ball high enough that only Berkey could get it. Nice throw, nice catch, another first down for Carterville.
Ball sets at the 27-yard line now. Hellriegel takes the snap. He's going to keep it. Takes it off the right tackle. And that Benton defense right there to wrap him up. May actually have about a yard loss on the carry as that defense was able to break through and make the stop.
Yeah, it looked like he may have had a little bit of room on the outside, but we're way up here. We can't see it obviously as good as he can. But they're going to give him maybe lost half a yard or 2nd and 10, I guess they're going to call it.
So the ball now at the 27-yard line. Carterville has 2 receivers to the left. 1 to the right, that's Townsend Barton. He goes in motion, takes the handoff. Trying to find a block, can't get it, and that defense wraps him up. 2 times Townsend Barton has carried the ball on the run. Twice he's been sniffed out.
Yeah, anytime Barton goes in motion, you're probably going to see that Benton defense, especially linebackers, start to shift the way he's going in motion, might have to fake that handoff and go back the other way.
Much like the Carterville defense is going to focus on Glover, on quarterback, their defense knew where they were going to have to focus on Townsend Barton.
Yeah, and so far Barton's had a rough go of it, but we'll see what Carterville can dial up here on 3rd and 15 after that 5-yard loss.
6:44 remaining here in the opening quarter. No score. This is the first drive of the Carterville Lions. Hellriegel puts Barton in motion, and we have a stoppage. I didn't see the flag.
Well, it came from the back judge, and that, they've already called it. May have been delay of game. Delay of game. And there is a play clock, so
it's going to be 3rd and 15 now for the Lions. The ball at the 37-yard line.
And you have to wonder if Carterville gets maybe 6, 7, 8 yards, will they go for it on 4th down?
We'll find out. 3rd and 15. Throws it down the right side. Receivers there. That is Peyton Biddle, but it's over his head and out of bounds, and it falls incomplete. That was a pretty pass, but just led the receiver too far.
Yeah, he was open. The defensive back hadn't gotten over there yet. It would have been a 1st down, but it's just a long, incomplete pass, and let's see what Coach Dahl's going to do here.
Stays 4th and 20.
Carterville's run almost 6 minutes off this first quarter clock.
Ball at the 37, the 13th play, and it looks like the Lions are going to go for it. They're going to gamble here early. 6:19 remaining in the first quarter. Hellriegel has 3 trips to the left, 1 to the right. Looks to throw. Townsend Barton, the intended receiver, lobs it up over the top. Barton just can't miss it, and the flag comes in at the last second, and that's going to be a pass interference call on the Benton Rangers.
Well, they tried going deep to Biddle, it didn't work, and they sent Barton down the near side or the far sideline, just a little overthrown. So if anybody thought Hellriegel didn't have a very strong arm, these last 2 passes should prove different. So that'll be an automatic 1st down. They'll mark it off, I'm sure, from the line of scrimmage, but it should be an automatic 1st down.
It's actually going to be.
Well, no, okay, never mind.
It's high school football.
Yep, never mind.
Yeah, it's
so you still got it, but it makes it a lot more manageable now than what it was.
So now it stays 4th down. Carterville, of course, will go. They have the ball at the 21-yard line. Hellriegel throws to the right, throws it out. Ball's almost picked off. Hit to the ground, falls incomplete. Nice defensive stop by the Benton Rangers.
Yeah, it was. Carterville took almost 6 minutes off the clock, but as I said in the pregame, you want to have those long, time-consuming drives, which they did, but it did not end up in points. Hellriegel's pass almost got intercepted, tried to get it between 2 defenders, didn't work, and Carterville will have to go on defense for the first time.
And so now the Rangers will take the field the other way as they have it offensively for the very first time here in this game. Nice drive by the Lions, but they just can't convert, as it's going to be Keegan Glover, rather. And a flag comes in from the near side.
So that
official?
Is.
Somebody
lined up off sides for Benton, I believe.
It's going to be offside on the Lions.
Oh, they say offside Lions. Really?
So just gave them 5 yards and hadn't even snapped the ball.
Yeah, and I think they're going to call that on. That is going to be on, I believe, Marshall Blythe, the senior. And that's a penalty that you can't have. I mean, ball hasn't been snapped. You got to know where you're at.
Mental mistakes. Now, Keegan Glover, he gets set, has a running back to his left. That is Wyatt Upton. Glover looks to throw on the first play. Good pressure. They've got him scrambling in the back. He just has to get rid of it. Throws it toward the sideline. Incomplete. Great defensive pressure there by the Carterville Lions to get Glover scrambling around in the backfield.
Yeah, the pressure was provided by Talon Walker and I believe Zachariah Miller.
Zach Miller, he's a beast, and he'll get in that backfield. You'll see him there quite a bit. Nice job defensively. 2nd down and 5 now for the Rangers from the 28 after the incomplete pass. Glover again. His running back is Wyatt Upton to his left. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They put Baumgart in motion. And Glover's going to keep it, and he's popped right there. Gain of about 3, maybe 4.
Well, actually, there's going to be a loss of a yard because they had 2nd and 5. And now it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 6.
Yep, 3rd and 6 now.
Well, is there any question on what Glover's going to do here?
Nope. I don't believe. 3rd and 6.
I would put good money on what's coming.
5.5 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Rangers with the first possession of the game. Glover from the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Good pressure right in his face, rolls to his right, asks for a receiver to open up. Carterville keeps pressure. He lobs it down. Oh, and a nice job by Peyton Biddle as he got in front of the receiver. The intended receiver was Aiden Peach, and Carterville has forced 4th down on this possession.
And that was after Benton had 1st and 5 after the penalty on Carterville lining up off sides. Good job by Biddle. His quickness was able to get back in time to knock that ball out. And both times that Glover's thrown the ball, he has had pressure, and he's had to scramble for his life.
And getting that pressure, I believe it was Jaden Smith that was there with his hands up and forced Glover to roll out. Now it's going to be 4th and 6 from the 26. Peyton Biddle back to receive the kick from Jaden Ford. It is going to hit the turf, and the Lions are just going to let it hit, and it's recovered at the 44-yard line where Carterville is going to take over from there. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by SIH, where they offer rehabilitation for acute, inpatient, and outpatient care. Visit SIH.net for more information. No score with 5:01 remaining here in the opening quarter. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, and Carterville coming up with their 2nd possession here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, I think Carterville had 3, maybe 4 first downs in their first possession. No points to show for it. 5, okay. 5 first downs, and now Carterville gets the ball in great field position at their own 44.
Andrew Hellriegel back at quarterback from the shotgun. Trips to the right, 1 near side in Barton. Running back is Lanham. It's going to be Hellriegel that keeps it, battles his way forward for about 2 yards on the carry, takes it out across the 46-yard line. Short gain for the Lions.
Now, positive yards, that's what you want to see on every play. And it looked like there might have been a little bit of a mix-up between Lanham and Hellriegel. They kind of collided before Hellriegel pulled the ball out of his belly and fell forward for about 3.
2nd down and 7 from the 47 for Carterville. Hellriegel looks to his right, takes the snap, wants to throw. Throws it right down the middle. That's Townsend Barton right there.
Got
He's
a penalty
popped.
flag.
And a flag laying at the 44-yard line, and that's in the area of holding, which is the call.
Yeah, Carterville's had the only penalties in this game so far, and that one really hurts because you would have had 3rd and 1. Now you're going to have 2nd and about 12. Or no, actually it'll be more than that. So
2nd and 17. So they walk it back to the Carterville 34-yard line. So from the 34, with 4:18 remaining, and the clock continues to roll. Hellriegel from the shotgun takes the snap, gives it to Lanham. Lanham tries to cut it up the middle where he's wrapped up, and the ball comes loose in a fumble. I think he was down, but they're going to say a fumble.
Benton ball. Lanham fumbled. He got hit. Didn't wrap his arms around the ball. Carterville's got all the penalties in this game so far, and now they have the first turnover of the game. And it comes at a bad spot where Benton will now have the ball at Carterville's 37-yard line.
So a turnover on the Carterville Lions at the 4:05 mark now, and Benton is in good shape. They have it 1st and 10 at the Carterville 37, and they want to get moving quickly as Glover quickly takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw, throws it down across the middle, almost picked off. The intended receiver for the Benton Rangers was Isaiah Ward, but there were 2 Carterville defenders there to make the play.
Well, it looked like it's either going to be an interception or a high-speed collision.
Yes.
Because I think that was Berkey. Yeah, Blake Berkey came out of nowhere.
And Peyton Biddle.
I mean, that was close to some major damage being done.
2nd down now and 10 from the 37. The snap to Glover, gives it to his running back. That is Wyatt Upton. He's wrapped up there by that defensive line for the Carterville Lions. Look at that, 4 Lion players right there, and leading the charge, it looked like it was Carterville's Ivan Jones.
And Riley Bradford also in on the tackle, bring up a 3rd and long for Benton.
So now 3rd and 10. Carterville defensively playing stout.
And
here.
Benton's probably, Dave, in 4-down territory here. So
I would agree.
You got to make 2 stops here instead of just 1.
So Glover takes a look at the play sheet on his wrist. 2 receivers to the left, 2 near side. Continues to look at the play sheet on his wrist. He throws out a little swing pass to the right side. Carterville's defense is right there, as it was Chase Thomas on the reception. But defensively for the Carterville Lions, they shut it down.
Yeah, Marshall Blythe came over and made a very, very good tackle in the open field.
Ball is at the 39-yard line, so it was just a gain of 2. It's going to be 4th and 8. What's the Rangers going to do? They're going to go for it.
And why not? I mean, you've got one of the best quarterbacks in Southern Illinois. You're in the opponent's territory. Why not?
Jacob Kinsman, the running back, right next to Glover. Carterville jumps, and you can't do that. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Still going to keep it 4th down for the Rangers. It'll be 4th and 2 instead of 4th and 8, but that changes the play call right there.
Yeah, a hard count by Glover. Got Zach Miller to jump, and that changes everything.
Ball is at the Carterville 29 now. Big defensive play here for the Lions is needed. No scores. The clock is at 2.5 remaining in the opening quarter. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, Carterville on the road in the opener here at
why
Tabor
hasn't the
Field.
Play clock started? It's still at 25.
They reset it twice, it looks like, as Glover takes the snap, gives it to his running back in Chase Thomas, falls forward, gets the 1st down for the Rangers. And Scott, that's the first down for the Benton Rangers.
Yeah. Aided by the Carterville penalty, so now Carterville's defense going to have to stiffen here.
From the 23, it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Rangers. Coming in from the Benton sideline, Reed Baumgart, the senior wide receiver. He wears number 1. Glover, again, he'll operate from the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right side. They bring 1 in motion. He bumps into that motion back. Glover does, and Carterville's defense drops him right there at the 25-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 2, bringing up 2nd down and 12.
Cordis, Eli Morse, and can't remember who the 3rd player was for Carterville, but there was a meeting in the backfield.
There was.
And I don't think the Carterville Lions were invited.
So it's 2nd and 12 now for the Rangers. Glover claps his hands, gets the snap, throws it right side, tip to the turf. Nice job getting their hand up for Carterville was Marshall Blythe right there to knock down that pass.
Yeah, nice job by Blythe. He's made 2 good plays on this Benton drive defensively, and thought the ball might hang up in the air long enough that the other Carterville defender could get over there and get it, but couldn't. Still brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and 12. I've been impressed with the defensive backs by this Carterville defense here in this game so far. Clock at 1:02 here in the first quarter.
As fast as this quarter has gone, Dave, I'm thinking we might end this game before it gets dark. This has been a fast first quarter.
Still no score, though. This is the 8th play of the drive for the Rangers. In motion is Baumgart. Glover rolls, pitches to the outside. His running back, that is Wyatt Upton, and he fights his way inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. Nice running, fighting through that defense was the running back for the Benton Rangers in Wyatt Upton.
Yeah, Carterville had him bottled up. They had him right where they wanted him, but he was able to get through and gain big yards. But it is 4th down, and Benton going to go for it on 4th and 4.
4th and 4 with the ball at the 16-yard line and the clock running down to under 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Glover looks back. Clock continues to roll. 19, 18, 17. 5 on the play clock, though. Puts the play in motion, and a flag, maybe a timeout, was taken by the Carterville Lions as Brett Dial came. Actually,
it might be an equipment issue.
No flag. It's 4th and 4.
The way the official on the far sideline motion, I think it may have been an equipment issue with the wideout for Benton on the far sideline.
The ball is at the 17-yard line. It's 4th and 4 for the Rangers. Big play right here. 13 on the first quarter clock. Glover keeps it, gets out across the 15, down inside the 10 to the 5, keeps fighting and is brought down. Touchdown for the Benton Rangers. That is a 16-yard touchdown run by Keegan Glover.
Well, he avoided the pressure, got to the outside, and we know what Glover can do with his arm, and we saw there what he can do with his legs. He got hit before the first down marker, actually got hit a couple times after that, was able to fall in the end zone. So the Carterville fumble cost them dearly.
And with just 2 seconds remaining here on the first quarter clock, Benton leads it 6-0. On to do the kicking is going to be Eli Hansen, the sophomore kicker, being held by Reed Baumgart. 6-0. Rangers going for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is good, and the Benton Rangers lead it 7-0 here at the 2.9 second mark of the first quarter. Stay with us. Carterville's getting the ball back. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. $60. Told you. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Hey, everybody online. Glad to have you. Thanks for watching. Isn't that picture awesome?
Yes.
Number 7.
7-0 the score with 2.9 seconds left here in the first quarter. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson. Carterville's going to get the ball back, and Keegan Glover with the 16-yard touchdown carry gave the Rangers the lead. The kickoff is going to be taken by Carterville's Nolan Hartford. He's out across the 30, the 35, keeps battling, falls forward to the 38. Carterville's got good field position as they start play here in the second quarter. 7-0 is the score. The Benton Rangers lead your Carterville Lions. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF.
Carterville takes over at their own 38-yard line. First and 10.
All right.
soda, candy, nachos, popcorn, and hot dogs.
Seven to nothing to the score as we head to the second quarter here between the Lions and the Rangers.
Got a score update. Harrisburg recovered a Cerro Gordo kickoff fumble, then scored 13 yards out. The two-point conversion was good, and Harrisburg, who has a new coach this year, Mr. Griffith, they lead Cerro Gordo 14-0 with 6:55 to go in the first.
So it's 7-0 after the 16-yard touchdown run by Keegan Glover for Benton. Carterville now moving left to right on your radio dial. The ball at the 38-yard line of Carterville. Andrew Hellriegel, the quarterback, takes the snap, gives it to Lanham. Lanham out across the 40, ball's on the turf, and the Rangers are right there.
Lost the ball again.
Fumbles by Carterville's running back in Ethan Lanham.
Not good. Carterville has been their own worst enemy in this first half.
So the Rangers are going to get the ball back. That fumble with 11:53 remaining here. And an opportunity for the Rangers to kind of jump all over the Lions here early. The ball at the 43. Keegan Glover and that offense takes the field quickly. They're set. Two receivers to the right, two near side. Glover takes the snap, looks to throw, drops back, has some pressure, throws it outside. It's caught right at the 30-yard line by Rylan Perkins on the pass, and that was a pretty pass from Keegan Glover.
Yeah, that was a very nice pass, and that gives Benton another first down at the Carterville 30.
But you know what? That's only the second first down for the Rangers here in the game so far. Breeze is starting to pick up here at Tabor Field. It is 1st and 10 from the 30. Glover takes the snap, gives it to his running back. That is Landon Bolin.
And I think there's going to be a face mask on top of it.
As he gets down inside the 20-yard line, so they'll tack that penalty yardage on top of that carry. And, of course, Landon Bolin, Lions fans remember, started off a Benton Ranger, went to the Heron Tigers, and now is back with the Benton Rangers.
Well, let's see what the call is going to be here. They're discussing it, but where it was thrown on the tackle.
It's going to back the Rangers up the way they're walking.
Yeah, I hope you're right, Mr. McKenzie. Yes, it is against.
It is. Hold. Is that what the call?
I did not see what the call was.
Face mask.
Oh, face mask on Benton. That's usually you don't see a offensive face mask penalty, but
1st and 10 from the 19. There's been a couple of times, Scott Hudson, where the officials have had to get together.
Yeah, they're going to mark it, I think, from where the infraction happened.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For installs or repairs, call 985-2502 and get back to comfort this season, proudly supporting Carterville Lions. All right. Nope, still not set. Something doesn't look right. 1st and 5 from the 25.
Well, you get a face mask caught on you and you gain yards.
So were there two penalties? That shouldn't be 1st and 5 from the 25, but that's where we're at. And that's what Brett Dial may be saying. There's a lengthy discussion with the official on the far side with Carterville head coach Brett Dial. And now the official, the head referee, comes in. Jim Morrissey, I believe. I don't understand if it's a face mask on the Benton Rangers. That should be a 15-yard penalty. So in my mind, it should be 1st and 15 for the Rangers. But they're only marking it as 5, so it's 1st and 5 from the 25. So not a personal foul on the face mask. As running across the 20 inside the 10, and another flag is thrown in as the running back for the Benton Rangers, and that was Wyatt Upton on the carry. But it's inside the 10-yard line.
Well, let's see what this call is. It's against Benton, blocking the back.
First, so that's going to bring it back. It'll stay. We'll let the officials sort this all out before we say. This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702, proud supporter of Carterville Lions sports. IBEW Local 702, dedicated to providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
Well, Carterville is so concerned about Glover, which they should be. Well, so Benton gets penalized, and they get a first down out of it. Boy, I guess I'm getting old.
At the 19-yard line. First,
you get penalized, you get a first down out of it. Boy, you can't beat that.
So
that's the best play of the night.
I can't figure it out. It is the running back Landon Bolin that fights his way down to the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down now. And the ball is just being marked right at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Benton's kind of changed up their game plan here a little bit. They're gone more to the run game. They've got Carterville's defense spread out, and so they're going to run the ball.
2nd and 1 from the 10. 10:15 on the second quarter clock. Glover looks to throw. Throws it out right side back corner and out of bounds. Couldn't get the feet down. As the back judge says, it was Reed Baumgart with the catch. Good coverage by the Lions. Great throw from Keegan Glover, but it's just a little bit too far, and it's going to bring up 3rd down now for the Rangers.
I believe that was Jordan Cordy's. All right, I'll take that back. Might have been Nolan Hardford. 5 and 6 both look a lot alike, but I think that was Nolan Hardford, who had great position. I mean, he had great coverage, and the receiver just ran out of room.
So 2 receivers left, put one in motion, and that is Chase Thomas. And the snap down, carried inside the 5 by, once again, Wyatt Upton. So it's going to be 1st and goal now from the 4 for the Rangers.
Well, Dave, if you had to give a winner in the first quarter for stats, it would have been Carterville, but they trailed after 1, and penalties and turnovers have doomed them to this point.
1st and goal from the 4. Glover gives it to his running back and fights forward for a touchdown. I didn't get the number on that, Scott Hudson, but
46.
46 on the carry, and that is Jacob Kinsman on the 4-yard touchdown run for the Rangers.
Well, one thing you can't do against good teams at any level, I don't care if it's high school, college, or professional, you cannot turn the ball over, especially in your own territory, because it will come back to bite you, and that's how the Rangers have scored both their touchdowns tonight off of Carterville turnovers.
That's the 2nd touchdown for the Rangers on the rush, as it was Jacob Kinsman on the carry. 13-0 with 9:34 remaining here in the 2nd. And the Rangers, they'll kick the extra point. Eli Hansen for the extra point. Snap, the hold, the kick is good. And it is 14-0. The Benton Rangers over your Carterville Lions. The Lions are getting the ball back. Stay with us. Lions football here on News Radio WJPF.
Deep for the Lions. Stolen Hartman, number 5.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Rob's Pit Barbecue. Rob's Pit Barbecue near the corner of Route 13 and 148. Hours are 10:30 to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 10:30 to 8 on Sundays. 14-0. The Benton Rangers with the lead with 9:34 remaining here in the second quarter. Carterville's going to get the ball back, and the kick is taken right at the 15-yard line by the Lions. Out to about the 30-yard line, and Carterville's going to have it at about the 31 after the return by Braden Wakey.
After one at Chester and DuQuoin are scoreless. Of course, we told you Harrisburg up over Cerro Gordo 14-0 in the first half. Well, Dave McKenzie, it's time for that Carterville offense to play like they did that first series of the game.
And I tell you what, there's been 2 fumbles by Lanham, but you got to give him the ball back and let him carry it here to kind of get his head back in the game.
Yeah, he's obviously going to be a big part of this offense all year. So, you've got to show the confidence in him to get him the ball. You'd like to get at least one score here before half and cut it to a 1-touchdown deficit, but we'll see what happens.
Breeze has really picked up here in about the last 10, 15 minutes. See some clouds to the north. Hope it stays away as the carry by Carterville keeps the ball right at the 30-yard line. It may be a loss of 1, which it is, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 from the 30.
Well, Benton, they're bringing a lot of guys into the box, and they're daring Hellriegel to throw the football, and it's going to be tough sledding. Even with that big offensive line for Carterville, if you've got 5 blocking and there's 7 coming, good luck on trying to figure out who to block.
In the backfield, it looks like James Cravens to the right. Puts him in motion. The ball was snapped as Hellriegel falls on it. And he was trying to put his man in motion, and the center for Carterville just snapped the ball, and Brett Dial is not what you would call a happy camper right now. We're going to take a break. We'll pause for 30 seconds. This is Lions football on NewsRadio WJPF. Okay, thanks. Let's go 60. Third and 21 from the 20 for the Lions. Hellriegel looks to throw. Out the right side, his receiver's there. Peyton Biddle, and he's popped at the 32-yard line. But nice catch, nice pass, and now it's just 4th and 10 for the Lions.
Yeah, threw the ball on the wrong side of Biddle. If he catches that going down the field, maybe he has more yardage, maybe it's a first down. Good job by Biddle to adjust and make the catch, but Carterville's going to have to punt on 4th down.
So the ball is at the 31-yard line, a gain of 21, so it's 4th down and 10 now for the Lions. From the 31, Hellriegel. Carterville's going to punt. That's Bonnet's back to punt. Zach Bonnet's number 55 got a great leg, but that may have been partially blocked because it hits at the 45 of the Rangers and is going to be picked up by Carterville and killed right at the 38-yard line. So 14-0 Scott Hudson, and the Lions defense has to come back on the field.
Yeah, this is a big possession, defensive possession for Carterville here. They can't afford to go down 21-0 here in the second quarter. So let's see if Coach Dial's defense can play like they did basically the first 2 possessions that Benton had the ball in this game.
Carterville's first possession of the game was their best so far. It was a 14-play drive that ended in change of possession, but Back-to-back fumbles by the running back in Lanham. Rangers have it, though. Glover looks to throw, rolls to his right. Throws it out, throws it behind the defender, and a nice catch out there by Eli Hansen. Excuse me, not Hansen, but Chase Thomas for the Rangers, and that moves the chains.
Yeah, Glover rolled to the far side of the field, which was the short side of the field on that play, and got rid of it right before he ran out of bounds. And first down for Benton at their own 49. Score update, Murfreesboro leads Carbondale 8-0.
7:30 remaining here in the second quarter. It's 14-0 Rangers. It's 1st and 10 from the 49. Glover takes the snap, gives it to his running back. That is Wyatt Upton. Upton is dropped, and you hear the Carterville fans on the far side trying to pump up their Lions.
Cordes and Miller in on the stop for Carterville.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 from actually 2nd and 9 from the 49 now. Rangers football. Glover set from the shotgun, takes the snap. He wants to throw, feels some pressure, rolls to the right. Carterville's right there, and the pass is thrown incomplete on the far sideline. The intended receiver
and we've got a flag down, which could be a hold. I'm just going to guess.
Might be.
Doesn't cost
we'll
anything,
find out.
does it?
It's holding against the Rangers. Clock stopped at 6:34. So the penalty on the Rangers is going to back them up 10 yards.
And this penalty isn't going to give Benton a first down.
No. So it's going to be 2nd down now. The ball sets at the 35-yard line. Second and 10 from the 35. Glover takes a snap. He's going to keep it. Gets out near the 41-yard line before he's brought to the turf. I just saw some lightning to our right, and that can't be good.
I think the head linesman, the referee, excuse me, is coming over. Going to have a talk with the side judge.
There is a cell over McLeansboro, and as Brian R. Powell said in our ear while ago, McLeansboro's not having fun right now. It's 3rd and 17 from the 41. But play continues. Maybe it was a camera. Glover takes a snap. Screen to the far side. Carterville's right there to wrap up the receiver. And it's going to be out to about the 45-yard line. The receiver for the Rangers, number 46, Jacob Kinsman. It's Kinsman who scored the touchdown at the 9:34 mark.
Marshall Blythe, the defensive back, came over and made a really nice play to keep that play from going any further.
Ball's at the 45, 4th and 14.
Quick kick.
And it's downed by the Rangers at the 20-yard line. And that's where Carterville is going to start. This Lions broadcast is brought to you, a brand new sponsor, Scott Hudson, Farm Fresh in Carterville.
Oh, love Farm Fresh.
Chocolate milk support comes from Farm Fresh in Carterville. Under new management since 2018, open every day, Farm Fresh offers local meats, craft groceries, hard-to-find candy, and milk in the glass. Go Lions. Carterville has the ball here at the 5:23 mark. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Lions. They need to put some points on the board here before halftime. Hellriegel looks to throw. No, he doesn't. Keeps it. Carries it out to about the 25-yard line before he's brought down with like a hip check. And it's going to be a gain of about 4, bringing up 2nd and 6 for Carterville.
Yeah, good decision by Hellriegel. The receivers were covered. Just tuck it and get what you can, and he got about 5.
2nd and 6. Clock rolls 4:56. That is a lightning detector. No, it's not. It's a horn. It's a horn. Man, I don't, am I paranoid or what? The ball on the first sideline is going to result in a Lions first down as they move the chains over on the far sideline.
Yeah. Quick pass to Berkey on the far sideline. Gets the first down. 4:43 to go in the second quarter. Carterville, long way to go to get their first points, but they'd love to get some points before halftime.
1st and 10 from the 33. Hellriegel. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Throws it, lobs it out. This is Townsend Barton going up after it. It's picked off by the Benton Rangers. 3rd turnover in a row by the Lions. Isaiah Ward was right there with the intended receiver, Townsend Barton, and Benton picks up a 3rd turnover here in this first half.
Yeah, Carterville trying to strike quickly, and Barton, who was open in the first half down near the goal line, could not get separation, and Hellriegel just threw it up, and Barton, who had the size advantage on the defensive back, was unable to stop and jump and use that size advantage to his advantage.
1st and 10 for the Rangers. They have it at the 35-yard line. Glover looks near side. Head coach for the Benton Rangers takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws it out at the 45. Nice pass and out of bounds as they're going to mark the ball at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, the wide receivers on that play there, Baumgart, just ran the defensive back deep, stopped, and came back for it. And really, that's an easy pass, easy catch.
Gain of 9, so it's a yard short of the first down. The ball's at the 44-yard line. 4.5 remaining here in the second quarter. Stay with us. We'll have coming up, our McDonald's halftime report. We'll break down this first half of action. Glover puts a man in motion. Takes the snap. Gives it to his running back. He dips down across the 50, the 45, cuts it back up at the 40-yard line before he's finally brought down by the Lion defense. And a big run by the Benton Rangers, Wyatt Upton.
In the old days, Dave McKenzie, the running game set up the passing game. But now at all levels, the passing game a lot of times sets up the running game. And I think that's what we've seen in the first half tonight with Benton.
Well, the Rangers have the ball in Carterville territory at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:15 showing on the clock. Glover again puts a man in motion. That is Thomas. Looks to throw. Carterville gets some pressure on Glover. He just needs to throw it away. Finds an open man. That's Thomas as he slipped away from the defender. Out across the 40 to the 35 to the 32-yard line. Maybe the 33, and a nice job getting open and a nice toss from Glover.
Yeah, Glover just waited and waited and waited till somebody came open, and Carterville had guys chasing him, but they couldn't get to him. And what looked like to be a certain, not necessarily a loss, but maybe throwing the ball out of bounds, turned into a gain of about 7.
As you mentioned, great patience by Keegan Glover. He had defenders coming at him. He just rolled out, let the defender slip open, and they made the connection on the pass and a great return or run after the pass. So now it is 2nd and 3 from the 33 for the Rangers. Carterville needs a big stop here. First down and more for the Rangers. Out on the far side, it's the carry by Jacob Kinsman. Kinsman's a handful, 5'10", 225, and a big run and a first down for the Rangers.
Well, Benton's running game has really, really taken off since about the last 5 minutes of the first quarter and here into the second.
1st and 10 now from the Carterville 20 for the Rangers. Boy, Carterville needs to stop. They don't want to let Benton score and go up 3 touchdowns going in at half. So Glover now, again. He always operates from the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls back, drops back, lets the receiver come open, and it's incomplete as intended for Reed Baumgart. Hit him right in the hands, and Reed says,
that's
should have had that one.
Yeah, he was open coming across the middle, but just couldn't hang on to it.
2:39 remaining. We'll update other scores from around Southern Illinois. Scott's been getting and keeping those. We'll break down and hit this first half of action. But you got to know that there's going to be some adjustments made at halftime, not just by Benton, but Brent Dial will be able to have a conversation with his Lions squad. As we have timeout on the field with 2:39. We'll take a break as well. We'll pause 60. 14-0 the score with 2:39 remaining here in the second. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. $60, please. Yeah, I don't know what. Second and 10 for the Rangers from the 20-yard line. 2:39 remaining here in the second quarter. After the timeout, Keegan Glover brings his troops out, hands it to his running back, number 22. Once again, that's Wyatt Upton, and Carterville's defense steps up and makes a big defensive stop right there.
And on the tackle for the Lions, Ivan Jones and others.
Second and 10 now from the 20. Excuse me, third and 10. Third and 10 from the 20. Glover looks to throw, lobs it up left side, and the ball falls incomplete. Nice job defensively down there by the Benton Rangers. It was Braden Wakey with the coverage, and he just put his hands up in front of the defender, and the ball falls to the turf.
Yeah, now Carterville needs one more stop here on defense, and even though there won't be a lot of time left for Carterville's offense to do anything, at least it will keep this to actually going to try a field goal.
Actually, that was Blake Burke that knocked the ball down.
So this is going to be about a 37-yard field goal attempt.
Benton's got a good kicker, and on to do the kicking for the Rangers is Jesper Cepeda-Eber, the left footer, no good. He didn't even get that over the line. Carterville's got a fall on it, and that's where the play is blown dead. So Carterville has forced the change of possession. The missed field goal with 1:52 remaining here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he may be a good field goal kicker, but when you've got a 14-0 lead, the ball,
got to get it in the
air. Inside the red zone. I'm taking a shot on fourth down. I'm trying to get that first down, and then I'm going to try and score and go up 3 scores. So a little surprised by that, but let's see if Carterville can pull off a big play here.
All right, it's 14-0, a minute 52 remaining. Here's Andrew Hellriegel from the shotgun, takes the snap, gives it to his running back. That is Lanham straight up the gut, right out.
Lost his helmet.
To the 25-yard line. It was 1st and 10 from the 11, but another first down for Carterville, and that is the first down. Excuse me. Only the second first down for the Lions here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 26. Carterville goes to the hurry up. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Hellriegel takes the snap, follows his block, and puts his legs into it, but 2 or 3 defenders from the Benton Rangers right there. Keeps the clock rolling.
Carterville still has 2 timeouts left. Let's see if they choose to use those as the clock still runs, under 1:15 to go in the second quarter. And Carterville not really in a big hurry to get a playoff.
2nd and 8 from the 28. Minute 5 remaining here in the first half. They're going to give it to Townsend Martin. He tries to get off the left end. Cuts it up at the 30-yard line, puts his head down. It's going to be a short gain, and the clock is rolling under a minute. Third down, and it's probably going to be about, what?
4 or 5.
3rd and 4 from the 31.
Yeah, at this point, I guess Coach Dahl just wants his clock to run out. He's not going to use his timeouts. Benton still has 2 left, so if Carterville doesn't get a first down here, they still have a shot.
27 seconds, 10 seconds on the play clock. Oh, first down and more for the Carterville Lions. Jordan Cordes on the carry and gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and a first down for the Carterville Lions.
Max, I think that's Nolan Hartford. Hartford on the carry for Carterville.
1st and 10 now from the 44.
Carbondale just threw a pick 6. They're down 14-0 to Murfreesboro.
So Nolan Hartford, the running back. Now Hellriegel throws, finds Barton at the 45. He falls forward to the 38-yard line. Another first down for the Carterville Lions.
That might be the one area of the field that Carterville can exploit, and that's the middle of the field. Carterville has, every passing play to this point has been down the sideline deep.
12 seconds, the clock is stopped. And we'll keep it right here as Carterville has something brewing. They go to the 2-minute offense. They got the ball with 1:52 remaining here in the second quarter, but Carterville, now Brett Dial wants, you can see, he's wanting some points going in at half.
Yeah, got 1 timeout left, 12 seconds to go. You can probably, depending on whether you have an incompletion or not, you can probably get 2 plays off for sure, maybe 3.
And don't forget, Carterville's got a couple of good kickers too. Lutenbacher, of course, Jaron Lutenbacher, who did the kicking last year for the Lions. But they've got a couple of others. They have Burke Lang and even Evan Lennox. They all have good legs. Get it to about the 25, and Carterville may set up for a field goal. 14-0 the score. Lions with the football. Hellriegel takes the snap. He gives it to Nolan Hartford, who keeps his legs moving, picks up the first down inside the 30, and they stop the clock on the first down. 5.4 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Boy, that is 1, 2, 3 first downs in a row for the Lions on this drive. This will be the 7th play of the drive.
Well, we know Lanham's had a good first half minus the 2 fumbles. You know, we know what Barton can do. You know, maybe Hartford's going to be the odd guy in this offense coming into the second half. Carterville, 5.4 to go, no timeouts. This ball's going to the end zone.
Coming up, we'll have our McDonald's halftime report. Scott will have scores from around Southern Illinois. Also, don't forget, there's a Saturday evening game tomorrow.
Yes, Erin and Marion renew their rivalry. I think it's been 10 years.
10 years.
Since those 2 teams played. And I'm glad that rivalry's back. I've been so outspoken about that for almost all 10 years that rivalry should have never ended. It was one of the greatest in Southern Illinois, and it's finally gonna happen again.
All right. So it's 1st and 10 now from the 27. This will be the last play of the half. Hellriegel takes the snap, keeps it, rolls to the left, waits on the receiver, throws it toward the end zone, falls incomplete.
We got a penalty. They're going to be an extra play because I think it's roughing the passer, so Carterville will get an extra down.
One more play. Yes, Hellriegel's jersey is off his left shoulder. He's trying to get that put back up.
I'm thinking it's roughing the passer. Could be wrong, but where that flag was thrown, I think that's what it was.
Here comes Mr. Morrissey, the head official for tonight's game, roughing the passer against the Benton Rangers. So Carterville gets one more play. No time on the clock. It'll be an untimed down here to end the first half. Could this be a gift for the Carterville Lions?
Now they're going to get the ball at about the 14-yard line. So this becomes very interesting at the end of the first half.
An untimed down for the Lions. They've got to score. Hellriegel from the shotgun. Barton they throw it. That is, how about that, right for the touchdown pass. Peyton Biddle on the far side, and Carterville scores their first touchdown of the game with no time on the clock in the second quarter.
Well, we were wondering when Peyton Biddle would make a big play. Well, he did it right at the end of the first half as he cut to the inside, made a guy miss after the catch, got into the end zone, and Carterville's back in this game.
14-6. Got so excited, just couldn't say Peyton's name. So the Lions score their first touchdown.
Lions are going to go for two.
Yeah, and
Barton's the quarterback.
Takes the snap. He's going to keep it. Puts his head down. Spins away. Keeps the legs driving. And Carterville can't convert on the two-point conversion. But Carterville gets on the board here at the end of the second quarter. And heading to the half, they trail it 14-6. Stay with us. The McDonald's halftime report is coming up. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. They do. Okay, Tracy, we'll do.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime enjoyment, BCHS provides you possession on Wrangler Girls. Wrangler Girls are coached by Lindsay Moore and assistant by Coach Warren Jones.
SIU Credit Union, where Southern Illinois belongs. Membership required. All loans subject to credit approval. Insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Tabor Field. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. We're at the half. The McDonald's halftime report here where the Carterville Lions trail the Benton Rangers 14-3. And we'll run through play here in the first half. Carterville got the ball to start play, and they started the game, Scott Hudson, a 14-play drive to open things up, but they wind up giving it up on the change of possession, and things kind of went downhill there most of the first half after that possession.
Yeah, Carterville's defense played well on Benton's first two possessions, but then the penalties and the fumbles started to play a big factor. The Benton scores in that first half came off of two of the three turnovers that Carterville had, and that really put Carterville in a bad position. But give Carterville credit; they're able to get that touchdown right before half to cut it to 8. Benton will get the ball to start the second half, so we'll see what happens.
Well, the Benton Rangers scored the only touchdown of the first quarter. and that was a 16-yard touchdown run from Keegan Glover. At the end of one, Rangers led it 7-0. Carterville had the ball to start play in the second quarter, but one play and back-to-back fumbles from Lanham for the Lions gave the ball back to the Rangers. Benton goes down, and Kinsman scores on the 4-yard touchdown run with 4:34 remaining, and the Rangers lead it 14-0.
Yeah, and that at that point you're starting to think, okay, is this thing going to start to unravel? You've got the experienced team in Benton playing, a junior-dominated Carterville team on the road in week one, and at that point this game was in the balance.
So the Rangers had the ball a couple more times. Carterville had the ball a couple of times, couldn't do anything with it. An interception by the Lions, as it was Ward that stepped in and intercepted the Hellriegel pass. But to end the second quarter, Carterville put together a 8-play drive that started at their own 11 with 1:52 remaining, and with no time after the penalty, gave the Lions an untimed down there to end the second quarter. Carterville scores. It was Andrew Hellriegel to Peyton Biddle. Can't convert the two-point conversion. 14-6 the score at the end of the half.
Yeah, big touchdown by Carterville there at the end. Benton got their 2 touchdowns off of 2 Carterville turnovers. Carterville scores their touchdown off a miscue by roughing the passer on the last play of the first half. So I think both coaches are going to go in. They're going to see some positives. They're going to see some negatives. And I think, a lot of times in these high school games, whichever team makes the best adjustments at half has the better chance of winning. And we'll see what Coach Dahl does differently, if anything, in the second half.
We're at the half. This is your McDonald's halftime report. Stay with us. We'll continue here on News Radio WJPF.
Man, my knees are sore. Oh, my aching back. If you complain from persistent strain and pain, it's time to help yourself to the expert team at SIH Outpatient Rehabilitation. No referral required. Their therapy team can evaluate that nagging ache and build an effective treatment plan. With 10 convenient locations and a host of specialized therapy options, they'll help you do away with the day-to-day complaints. Help yourself today. Go to SIH.net/rehabilitation. Real comfort. That's what you get with a new quality York Comfort system from Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville. For over 35 years, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating saves you money and will keep you comfortable for many future years. Old-fashioned service and the price is the price with no surprises. Financing is available too. Call 985-2502. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. 985-2502.
The Bank of Erin has been serving Southern Illinois since 1937, offering everything from checking and savings accounts to loans and a full-service trust department. With convenient locations and a dedicated professional staff, our outreach and involvement in the communities we serve plays an integral role in how we do business, proving it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. The Bank of Erin. Find out more at bankofhearing.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
(14-6) the score here at Tabor Field. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. We're McDonald's halftime report. Hey, next week, the first home game for the Carterville Lions. Guess who's in town?
Yeah, the Heron Tigers will be in town. They will have a short week, having to play tomorrow night against Marion. But, Heron and Carterville, since I've been in Carterville, every game has either gone down to the last play or has gone down to the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter to determine who wins that game. And why would you expect anything different next week?
Well, it's going to be kind of cool. There's a special event taking place next Friday night at Carterville, as they are going to be celebrating the 25-year reunion of the Carterville State Championship team with the attendance of many of the 96 state football team members and cheerleaders. And don't forget, Coach Brett Dial was a senior football player on that team. That's going to be next Friday night at home when the Lions take on the Heron Tigers. And 25 years since the state championship.
It's been that long.
Carterville Lions. That is going to be a great weekend.
You can't lose that game. I'm sorry. When you have something that
No.
special, you just cannot lose your home opener. It just can't happen.
You got some scores from around the area.
Not a lot of scores. Earlier, after one, DuQuoin and Chester were scoreless. Murfreesboro, at last check in the first quarter, led Carbondale 14-0. And early at Harrisburg was up over Cerro Gordo 14-0. So those are the only scores we have at this moment.
Let me update this website right here and see if we can pick up a couple of other scores for you if it will load properly. And it is not going to load the right way. So I was kind of hoping it would, but it doesn't look like it will. So we will have to rely on the post-game reports to see if we can come up with some scores from around Southern Illinois. Yeah, this is week one on the road at Benton. Next week, the Lions will host the Heron Tigers. And, you know, Scott, Carterville, coming off a 4-1 spring football season, that was such a big touchdown for that Lions offense right there at the end of the first half.
Well, it was a big confidence boost, not only to the offense, but to Hellriegel, the quarterback. You know, he'd just thrown a pick on the previous possession. Now he comes back and throws a nice pass to Peyton Biddle for the touchdown. So Carterville's got a little momentum going into half. Now Benton will get the ball to start this third quarter. I think one thing I noticed as the first half went along, Carterville's offensive line, and especially their defensive front, were getting pushed around a little bit. And after what I saw that first possession by Carterville offensively, you know, Carterville just like they were going to just, you know, run the ball down the field. But, again, it's all about adjustments at halftime, and we'll see which team made the best. And we got us a ball game here. And at one point in that first half, I thought, boy, if Benton scores again, you know, this thing might get out of hand. But Carterville's only down by 8, full half to go.
And don't forget, it's not just football that's taking place. I know there's a big volleyball tournament taking place at Carterville tomorrow. I'm going to go over and try and watch a little bit of that. But we have junior high baseball and softball that's taking place. I believe cross country's going on. You have volleyball. It's a busy time. I'm just so happy that we have sports in their right seasons taking place here at the end of August.
And everybody playing the same amount of games, and there being a postseason. And I think that's the big thing. You know, there's going to be a postseason, at least at this point. And I think the kids, you know, are fortunate with what we've gone through that we are, at least at this point, going to have a regular season. And, you're right. There's been a lot of junior high baseball, junior high softball games going on. You mentioned volleyball. A lot of things going on right now. And just kind of, you know, I think one thing that a lot of people learned over the pandemic of 2020, you take a lot of things for granted.
Yeah.
And when they're not there, it kind of makes you appreciate them a little bbit more when you do get them back.
Absolutely. Hey, don't forget, tomorrow morning on Sports Voice, Murph and Hudson and the whole gang will name the very first high school football team of the week.
Yeah, we got a lot of games tonight. Now, you know, unfortunately for Marion and Heron, they cannot win it because we have to name it before we leave the station around 10:15 tomorrow. But a lot of teams, a lot of games tonight. We'll run down those scores. Mike Murphy will have his sportscast at 15 and 45 tomorrow morning, leading up to Sports Voice at 8:02. And we'll put our heads together and the few brain cells we have, and we'll try to come up with and we will come up with a team of the week.
I'm going to prognosticate right here.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Carterville Lions are going to be the team of the week.
Okay. I like the way you think, Mr. McKenzie. I like the way you think.
We'll find out coming up. But, yeah, tomorrow the first high school football team of the week. We'll break down all of the games. Mike will have your news starting at 6, but Sports Voice starting at 8 until 10 on 103.5 ESPN, WJPF, and online you can always hear it as well. 14-6 is the score here at Tabor Field. We're going to go on and take our final break. The McDonald's halftime report here with your Carterville Lions trail 14-6 on News Radio WJPF.
like to thank Joe's Pizza for donating pizza each and every morning here for all the press box workers and officials. Thank you to Joe's Pizza, located on East Main in Benton. Remember, our Benton cheerleaders are selling stadium club seat cushions tonight. They're only $10 each. See one of our cheerleaders if you're interested in purchasing a stadium club seat cushion.
Fourteen to 6 is the score here at Benton. Tomorrow at Carterville, it is going to be the SIRR preview tournament for volleyball, and that is going to be held at Carterville High School. Pool A, it'll be in the Aux gym, the auxiliary gym. Pool B will be in the competition gym. And that starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, and they'll work their way through the day until there's winners in each division. Pool C will be in the Carterville Junior High School gym, and then they'll work their way through the tournament tomorrow. That's the Southern Illinois River to River Conference Preview Tournament being hosted tomorrow at the Carterville High School. That's going to be a lot of fun. 14 to 6, Carterville Lions. If you're head coach Brett Dial, what did you just say to your team in the locker room, Scott Hudson?
Well, what I tell the team is forget about the turnovers and the penalties in the first half. There's nothing you can do about it now. You know, you've got the momentum coming into the second half, that late score on the untimed down right before the half. You've got a little momentum. The two things that Carterville's got to do a little bit better in the second half is win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. You know, Benton, I thought, ended up running the ball better than Carterville did for the entire first half, even though Carterville had a really good first possession running the ball. But the line, both offensive and defensive lines, have got to do a better job for Carterville in this second half.
Both teams are going through their mandatory stretching under IHSA rules as we are getting ready to get you set for second half action. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Beautiful downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, Charlie's can handle any heating or cooling system issue you may be experiencing, and no job is too big or too small. You can call 985-2502. That's Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville. Some of the other games from around Southern Illinois. Of course, Scotty's been updating you on Carbondale and Murphy. Nashville at Johnston City tonight. Let's see here. Fairfield and El Dorado. Fairfield is going to be tough, but, you know, JC's going to provide some competition in that conference there. Yeah,
Fairfield and Johnston City are probably the cream of the crop in the Black Diamond Conference, and boy, I'm curious to know what Johnston City is doing right now, because we know how good Nashville is, and I think Nashville is the favorite to win the Mississippi side of the River at this point.
Yep. They have to replace their quarterback, Malawi.
Yeah.
But they do still have Turner, that receiver that just absolutely killed Carterville back in the spring. The only loss for the Lions was to that team from Nashville who wound up winning the conference title. But I look forward to that matchup coming up here in about 3 weeks. Also, I want to say thank you to you.
What'd I do?
You brought the fans.
I did something right tonight. Yeah, it's been a blessing.
We are not flying over Tabor Field in an airplane with the windows open. It is actually the fan that Scott Hudson just so happened to have in his pickup truck when he arrived here at Benton tonight, and I'm very thankful for that, Scott Hudson. Thank you so much.
Well, maybe in late October I'll see if I can bring a heater.
That will work as we're getting you set here for second half action. Don't forget, next Friday night, the Lions will be at home when they host the Heron Tigers. That's going to be a lot of fun. The cross-county rivals tee it up once again next Friday night. Didn't get to do that last year.
No.
In the spring season. So
nope.
We missed so much.
I'm glad that we're back playing football in August, starting the season in August, and I'm even more excited for all the area teams that there's going to be a postseason. There's something to play for now.
Absolutely. As we are just a couple minutes away from start. This has been a long halftime.
Yeah, I think the halftime was longer than the first half.
Yeah,
it seemed like
actually
anyway.
Seemed like it, yeah. But what a nice facility they have here at Benton. Athletic Director Ryan Miller, and it's a beautiful brand new turf. They got to play on it in the spring. This is the first time we've seen it. It is a gorgeous facility. The upgrades that they made to the concession stand, to the restroom areas, the painting on the back side of the grandstand here at Tabor Field is absolutely great. And Benton deserves a facility like
and
this.
You've got the open area behind the west end zone. It's all concrete. People sitting in there in their lawn chairs, some standing against the fence. Of course, the visitors' bleachers are bigger, much higher now. So, yeah, they've done an excellent job over here.
As we start play here in the second half, of course, Carterville, who had the ball first to start the game, they will kick off. Benton will be moving from right to left on your radio dial, and we'll have an opportunity to extend this 14-6 lead as they have it to start things in the second half. I'm Dave McKenzie. That's Scott Hudson. Thank you so much for tuning in to Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. Doing the kicking for the Lions, it is going to be kicked away, and it's taken by the up man at the 27-yard line. And that's where the Rangers will start, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance to field that ball and take off, and Carterville may have caught a little bit of a break there. Not that he was going to take it to the house, but probably could have got it up to the 35, maybe 40-yard line. So let's see what adjustments the Carterville defense has made. I thought Benton did a very good job of running the ball in that first half, especially in the second quarter. And let's see what Carterville has to offer defensively.
Well, all the expectations were Glover would throw for touchdowns, but he scored one on a rush, and they scored their other touchdown on the rush. So it's Glover from the 37-yard line. He looks to throw. The first time, throws it out wide open. Out at the 40-yard line is Chase Thomas, and Carterville had given too much of a yardage there in between the defender and the receiver and Thomas.
Yeah, too much room between the safety and the cornerback on that side. Coming up to make the tackle for Carterville was Brandon Wakey.
So a first down on that pass. And the Rangers are set to go. 1st and 10 now from the 43-yard line. Glover takes the snap, gives it to his running back in Wyatt Upton. Upton is brought right down at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and that Carterville Crazies crowd over on the far side. It's Hawaiian night for the Carterville Crazies, by the way.
Ivan Jones, the senior linebacker, comes in and stops the running back right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 40.
Just got a text from a good listener of ours. Says Scott doesn't need a fan, he is always cool. So I guess I owe him money.
At least he didn't call you a blowhard. That's a good.
Yet.
Under 11 to play. Sorry, had to do it. Under 11 to play. It is 2nd and 10. Glover looks to throw. Puts it up. Caught right there by Thomas. Out across midfield at the 40-yard line, and he signals first down.
Carterville came with an eyelash of sacking Glover in the backfield, and he got the ball away off his back foot nonetheless, and was able to find the wide receiver wide open.
Ball is at the 38-yard line of Carterville. That's just the 4th play, but they've already taken it 45 yards. Glover gets set. Running back to his right, puts him in motion. Little screen pass to the running back for the Rangers. That is Kinsman, and he has enough for a first down for the Rangers.
Yeah, he's not your prototypical back coming out of the backfield. He looks more like a fullback, but he made a nice catch on the sideline and picked up 8, 2nd and 2 for Benton.
So it's ball is at the
Actually,
28-yard line. 2nd and 1 for the Rangers. Trips to the left for the Rangers. Put the running back in motion, but it's going to be Glover that keeps it. Fights his way forward, has first down and more as he takes it inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, nothing fancy on that play. Snap it. Run right behind the center.
Clear out the middle if you can. 9:35 remaining. 14-6 the score. The Rangers on top. Glover had a rushing touchdown of 16 yards. Kinsman had a rushing touchdown of 4 yards. Carterville picked up a touchdown pass from Hellriegel to Peyton Biddle. Glover gets it away. Nice catch and out of bounds at the 20-yard line on the reception. It was Chase Thomas that was there for the catch.
Just seems to make enough plays with his feet as far as getting away from pressure, extending the play, and waiting till somebody comes open.
So it's 2nd and 7. And the ball is at the 22. Nice drive by the Rangers to start play here in the second half. Glover's going to keep it, fakes the handoff, tries to get off tackle, does, cuts it up inside the 15, down near the 10-yard line.
Another first down.
And that is going to be the 4th first down for the Rangers on this drive. The ball is at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10.
Carterville could use a turnover here in a big way.
There's been a couple of pass plays, but it's been mostly on the ground.
Yeah,
the
and the pass plays have set up the running game. They spread the Carterville's defense out, and then they've got those running lanes between the two tackles.
Clock rolls at 8:35 of the third quarter. Glover, it's the pitch to the outside to Bolin. Bolin cuts it up, has the corner, takes it in for the touchdown for the Benton Rangers. Landon Bolin, the 12-yard run for the Rangers.
Yeah, Biddle, the defensive back for Carterville, came up to make the tackle, missed, and the running back did the rest for Benton. And it doesn't take them long to strike here early in the third.
8:28 on the clock here, and it is 20-6. A 12-yard touchdown run from Landon Bolin for the Rangers. Carterville's defense is going to have to play better than that, than what they showed there on that drive, though. 1st and 10, or excuse me, for the extra point, on to do the kicking, Eli Hansen. It's a fake, rolling out with it, looking to throw. Baumgart back to the corner, off the hands of the intended receiver. It falls incomplete. And so the 2-point conversion on the fake is
it was
good.
A bad snap, and the holder could not pick it up and put it back down, so he ran to his right, looked back to his left, and that, let's remember that missed extra point. That might come back to play large here in the second half.
20-6 the score. Benton on top of Carterville on News Radio WJPF. Say it again. Yes, 60, sorry. No, 30. Lions broadcast is brought to you by SIH, where they offer rehabilitation for acute, inpatient, and outpatient care. Just visit SIH.net for more information. 20-6 the score, 8:28 remaining here in the third quarter. Carterville's going to get the football back for the first time here in the second half. And back it will be Townsend Barton. Also, you've got Peyton Biddle back, and the kick is going to be taken by Townsend Barton from the 5-yard line. Out across the 10 to the 15, near the 20, 25, out to the 30, puts his head down, falls forward at about the 33-yard line. Nice return for the senior from Carterville.
he got a head of steam once he got that ball and looked like he had a little bit more room, but it shut down pretty quick. But still, good starting position for the Lions. And they need to answer that touchdown with a touchdown of their own.
We'll see what kind of adjustments the Lions made at half by head coach Brett Dial. 8:21 on the clock here in the third quarter. And they place the ball, 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Hellriegel from the shotgun gets the defense to jump. That's a good way to start off.
A little bit of a hard count by Hellriegel, got Benton to jump. And more importantly, the offensive line for Carterville didn't jump first.
So it's going to be 1st and 5 now.
Gain 5 yards, so taking no time off the clock. You'll take that all the time.
From the 37-yard line. Hellriegel throws it out left side. It's caught out there on the far side. I believe that may be Peyton Biddle. He fights his way out across the 40. And it's going to bring up second down and short for the Lions.
Yeah, that was Blake Berkey on the near sideline. And that's when Carterville has thrown that quick pass to the outside, Benton has really converged on that quickly. Carterville's wide receivers have not had a lot of time to find any running room.
2nd and 5 from the 40 for the Lions. Hellriegel gives it. He's going to keep it. Oh, no, it's the ball. Is it loose? No, it was Hellriegel, I believe. It kept it on the quarterback carry. He gets out to the 40-yard line, which is the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 2 plays, Carterville's gained about 1 yard after having 1st and 5. That offensive line not able to create any space for the running backs.
So now it's 3rd and 2 for the Lions. Wing, backfield, direct snap.
And a penalty flag, which this might negate a 1st down by Carterville. Let's see what the call is.
Officials get together and talk about
They're pointing at Benton, so it might be a face mask.
The flag is at the 45-yard line. It's going to be a face mask against the Rangers. I believe that may be the 2nd face mask penalty on Benton in the game.
And that's a big one. That's a 15-yarder.
That's a personal foul.
Carterville has the ball at Benton's 40-yard line.
So Carterville has it now plus 40 at the Benton 40. It's 1st and 10. Big penalty by Ranger defense. Hellriegel looks to the sideline from the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to take it straight up the gut. Follows those guards right up the middle. Picks up about 4 on the carry. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 now for the Lions.
Yeah, they're just going to let that big offensive line for Carterville do its job. And, if you can gain 3 or 4 yards per carry, I mean, that's what you want to do. Yeah, you're behind by 14 and the clock's not your friend, but still, you want to get as many positive yards as you can on every play.
Hellriegel, again, gives it to Lanham as he fights his way out to about the 32-yard line. And that's going to be about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Dave, he was an ankle tackle away from making that a big play because he had some room and got tripped up, but still positive yards.
3rd and 2 now from the 32. And the one thing you'll notice, too, he had both arms around that football as he carried it that time. It's a direct snap to Townsend Barton, 1st down, and more. Picks up about 1, maybe 2 more yards. 1st down, Carterville's going to move the change.
Offense looking a little bit better here to start the second half. Positive yards on every play with the help of a 15-yard face mask penalty.
1st and 10 from the 28 for the Lions. Bunched up offense. Only one receiver out. Again, direct snap to Barton. Puts his head down, runs right into that defensive line. And he was going to bull rush his way. And he did for about 2.
Yeah, a little bit of a different wrinkle to this Carterville offense, having your running back take the snaps, kind of like the Wildcat offense.
Now they're going to bring Barton near side. They spread him out wide and got a cramp. You've been waiting to see when this was going to happen. It's, it looks like a cramp is on the turf right now is Landon Bolin. Bolin, who just scored moments ago, is on the field, and we'll take a break. 5:13 remaining here in the third. 20-6, Benton on top of the Lions. We'll be back in 60 seconds. I'm sure it does, but the hard part is staying on the ball with it zoomed in like that. I can't call and keep moving the camera like that. It does look good, you're right. We'll try it and see. Second and 9 from the 27-yard line for the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville's
jumps.
Left tackle moved just enough that they're going to bring it back 5.
So it'll be 2nd and 14 instead of 2nd and 9.
Boy, those penalties, especially on a good drive, are killers.
You're right. Just killer.
And I it is the first game of the season. You're not going to have a perfect game by either team. You just hope that you can keep the penalties down to a minimum.
So it's 2nd and 14 from the 32. It's the give to Lanham. He puts his head down and makes his way out across the 30. So now it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 10 for the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville on this drive, they haven't had any of those 3rd and longs. With the score 20-6, I'm sure they're in 4-down territory either way. But let's see what they got.
3rd and 14 from the 30. Hellriegel rolls out, throws it, finds Townsend Barton open down the right side, fights his way out of bounds at about the 14-yard line, and that's enough to give the Lions a 1st down.
The junior quarterback, Hellriegel, got rid of that ball at exactly the right time. He was getting ready to get planted into the turf, and Barton was wide open on the near sideline around the 20. And Carterville is in the red zone.
Big 1st down for the Lions there. Nice pass, nice catch. And Carterville has it 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line now. They trail it 20-6. They put Barton in motion, put him at the end of the line on the left side. 2 receivers left. Hellriegel rolls to his left. Takes it. Oh, he got popped. What a hit. Coming in and making the hit on Hellriegel was Wyatt Upton from his linebacker position, and he popped the Carterville quarterback.
Yeah, it looked like Hellriegel wanted to throw the ball to his left, and I guess the receiver was not open, and he decided to go ahead and run it. And he got popped, like you said, and we have another Benton player down with, I don't know that this well, it might, let's hope it's a cramp. Yeah, I guess it is.
It is Patrick Stanley that is down. And he is on the turf. We're going to go on and take another break. We'll pause. Carterville's driving. They trail at 20-6 here on News Radio WJPF. $60. Yep, bring it back. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, proud supporter of Carterville Lions sports. IBEW Local 702, dedicated to providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
Got a score update. At half, Murfreesboro leads Carbondale 14-7. Dave, I really wish you would have left your pet collection at home.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's been there all night eyeing us, so.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on that, Scott Hudson.
Oh, believe me, I have been.
That's the first I noticed.
Kind of reminds me of that movie, Arachnophobia.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah,
Charlotte's Web.
No,
that's just
that
a
doesn't
special
look like
gift from the Benton
that
Rangers
doesn't
and
look
the
like
Carterville broadcasting
that doesn't
team.
look like a Charlotte to me.
Ryan did. He had that flown in for us here. Well, that's a beautiful web that they're putting up. As we have a player down for the Benton Rangers. That's the delay on the field right now. And I believe it's number 50, tackle Patrick Stanley, as the training staff for the Rangers are out there. Jim Sargent. And they're going to try to bring him to the near side. Been surprised, Scott, that there's not been more cramping issues.
None in the first half.
After the sun went down, it's calmed down. It's cooled down quite a bit.
I mean, the way he's carrying his leg, or holding his leg, I should say, I'm wondering if that is a cramp. You hope that's what it is.
Patrick Stanley.
I mean, he's not putting any pressure on that leg whatsoever.
They should have got a. And he comes over to the near sideline just below us here. So we're getting set. It is 1st and 10 from the 14. And the carry is inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Lanham had some room, and it just collapsed. Benton's defensive front is not near as big as Carterville's offensive front, but Benton's doing a better job of getting off those blocks and making the tackles.
2nd and 10 from the 14. 2 receivers to the right. Hellriegel takes a snap, wings it out to Lanham, who gets popped right at the 20-yard line, but a nice job by Lanham to hold on to the football.
Yeah, he probably would have been better off to let that be incomplete because he lost yards on it. But, this is not Hellriegel's fault necessarily, but he left Lanham out to dry. But Benton had that play diagnosed. It's almost as if Benton had heard the play call because they were there immediately.
They closed quick and hard as they popped Lanham. He holds on, so the ball now is at the 21-yard line. It's 3rd and 11 for the Lions from the 21. 2 receivers left, and a flag is going to come in. It's going to be against the Lions. It'll be a motion penalty. Somebody moved early. And so that's going to push them back 5 more yards.
And, Dave, it's not always necessarily how many penalties you have in a game, but when those penalties occur. And this is devastating for Carterville's offense to have these happen when you've had such a good drive on your first possession of the second half.
14 plays on this drive. 3rd and 22 from the 26. Hellriegel puts Lanham in motion, but it's the give to Barton, and Benton snuffs that out again as he loses 2, maybe 1 on that carry, but a great defensive stand right there by the Benton Rangers.
Well, again, Benton is bringing the house. I mean, they're daring Hellriegel to throw the football, and they're bringing linebackers. They're shooting the gaps. There's just not enough guys to block. And, Carterville's going to have to open up the passing game a little bit, have success with it to keep those linebackers honest.
Carterville's going to go for it. They might as well. The ball is at the 30-yard line. So it's 4th and 26 from the Ranger 30. Hellriegel puts Biddle in motion, rolls to his left, throws it out far side, and that's not going to be enough as the Rangers are able to bring down Carterville's Blake Berkey at the 20-yard line, at the 24, and that's going to give the ball back to the Rangers on the change of possession.
Yeah, I think at that point you just go deep, you go to the end zone, maybe get a penalty, pass interference penalty. Maybe Barton can go up and catch one, or Berkey. But the ball goes back to Benton. We have a score. Fairfield in the third leads El Dorado 44-0. Not really a surprise there.
Not a surprise. Rangers football, 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. 1:11 on the clock here in the third quarter. 20-6 the score. Throw deep, wide open, right below us here. Nice pass from Glover to his number 1 receiver, Reed Baumgart. And
that's a timing pass that was thrown perfectly. Once Baumgart got behind the cornerback, the safety was not able to come over and knock it down. That's just a timing play, and it was well timed.
1st and 10 now from the 45. That was a gain of 21. Glover takes a snap, looks to throw again. No pressure, finally feels it, throws it. Flag comes in from the side judge.
That's
incomplete. That may be a hold.
I don't know what this call is going to be. We shall find out. Looks like it's going to be the legal man downfield.
Against the Rangers. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Rob's Pit Barbecue. Rob's Pit Barbecue near the corner of Route 13 and 148. Hours are 10:30 to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 10:30 to 8 on Sundays. So it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Rangers from the 40-yard line. Clock rolls, or sets at 43.5 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Everybody checks the play. Make a substitution coming in is Wyatt Upton. He settles in the running back position. Glover looks to throw. Forward Lions come right after him. They let that pressure come at him. He backs up, completes his pass at 42-yard line. Nice job defensively as the linebackers came in.
Yeah, Blythe also in on the play. Blythe's had a good game. He had the one penalty early in the first quarter, but Blythe has played very well. That was a screen pass, a middle screen, and Carterville did a good job to keep that from going anywhere, and Benton's just going to let the time run out here in the third.
As it ticks its way down under 10. We're going to head to the fourth quarter. The Benton Rangers lead your Carterville Lions 20-6. Stay with us. Fourth quarter action is coming up next on NewsRadio WJPF. Fourth quarter here at Tabor Field. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, and Carterville's got a lot of work to do. They trail at 20-6, and it's going to be the Benton Rangers. They continue on this drive.
Yeah, Carterville's defense is going to have to come up with a stop here because Benton's defense, they get a first down here, they're going to run more clock. You're down by 2 scores. So it's imperative that Carterville gets a stop on this possession and get the ball back.
2nd and 16 from the 39-yard line. Rangers football, they're moving left to right on your radio dial now. Carterville needs a stop defensively. First play of the fourth quarter. Glover puts a man in motion. That is Baumgart. He drops back, rolls to his right now, feels some pressure. Good pressure by the Lions, pulls it up and just throws it up, and wide open is Baumgart at the 36-yard line. That was just a Hail Mary from Glover as he's running out of bounds, and Baumgart's there to save him.
Yeah, and he was running to the near sideline, so that cuts the field in half even for a defensive back. It's not like you're having to cover the entire field, and still the wide receiver got behind a Carterville defensive back, and a big first down for Benton.
Not to say it was a Hail Mary, but you could see the Glover, he felt the pressure, and just as he was stepping out of bounds, he saw Baumgart, lobs it out there. Baumgart makes the catch, and a first down. So Glover looks to throw again. This time he's going to keep it, gets hit right at the 40-yard line. Nice job as Cordes comes in and pops Baumgart as he was trying to scamper away. Second down now for the Rangers.
Yeah, we haven't called Cordes' name a lot in this game, but I really like the junior. I liked him last year as a sophomore off that defensive end position. I think he's setting himself up for a big year.
2nd and 14, a loss of 4 on that play. Nice job by Cordes. Ball is at the 40-yard line, 2nd and 14. 2 receivers left, 1-2 to the near side. As they put Upton in motion, and we have a whistle and a flag, maybe a delay of game against the Rangers.
Well, that stops the clock. That's a big help. Plus, it moves Benton back 5 yards.
Bringing up 2nd and 19. Centralia leading Salem 21-13 at the half. 2nd and 19 now from the 45 for the Rangers. At the Carterville 45. Glover snaps his hands, gets the ball, across the 40, the 35, the 30, where he's finally wrapped up and pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, that's way too many yards to give to a quarterback run around the right end. No Carterville defender was even there until he was about 15 yards down the field. Now you went from 2nd and forever
19
to 3rd and about 5. And you know Benton's going to go, they're in 4-down territory even if they don't get it on this play.
3rd and 5 from the 31. Glover. They check the play. They audible out at the line of scrimmage. 4-3 on the play clock. The snap, Glover's going to keep it. Again, off right side. Takes it, tries to make a move, cuts up at the 25 to the 24-yard line.
I mean, there's no resistance on the left side of Carterville's defensive line. There's no defensive end coming over to, 1, stop that from getting to the outside, and 2, from turning it back to the inside.
1st and 10 from the 24 now. Clock rolls, under 10 to play. 20-6. Rangers are driving. Carterville needs a defensive stop. Better yet, how about a turnover? As it is Upton, it takes it inside the 15, down to about the 10-yard line.
And that may have been a case of bad luck for Carterville. Cordes, came in off his defensive end, and he slanted towards the middle. That allowed the back to get to the outside. Again, it may have been designed for him to go to the inside, but when he did, the outside was wide open.
Gain of 13 on the carry. It is 9:05 remaining in the contest.
Harrisburg leads Cerro Gordo 26-6 in the third now.
Benton Rangers are threatening here in the fourth quarter. As it's the give to Upton, he falls forward at about the 7-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4.
Second down and 5.
2nd and 5. Officially from the 7. One receiver spread far to the left side. There are 2 near side. Put a man in motion. That's Baumgart, and a flag. And that's an illegal motion. That's going to back him up 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 12.
Benton fans here want to know who that was on. Well, unfortunately, in high school football, for the fans anyway, they don't announce who it's on.
Not around here. Texas, they probably do.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Oh, I've seen some of the high school fields down there.
Watching.
There's some college teams that would love to have facilities like that.
Absolutely. Now, Glover takes a snap. Pressure, rolls out to his right. And throws it. Puts it up, and that's going to be pass interference.
Yep.
Whoever it was grabbed the arm of Reed Baumgart. Was he
I
the
believe.
Receiver? Or, no, actually, it was Aiden Peach.
I believe it was is that 5 or 6? That's 5. So that would be Nolan Hartford. And Nolan did grab him. It was plain.
No doubt about that.
Again, the ability for Glover to extend the play and allow his receivers to find an open spot. I mean, it's hard enough in high school football for your defensive backs to cover wide receivers. But when you give them extra time to find the spot, it almost makes it impossible.
The thing that's so good about Glover is the fact his drops are 10 to 15 yards, and then he rolls out.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the 12. He buys more time. Bumps into the running back on the handoff, and that time it was Upton and a little mix-up between he and Glover.
Yeah, that almost looked like a little bit of illegal procedure, but either way, Carterville with a nice stop at the line of scrimmage.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 5. Benton can get a first down if they get it to the 1-yard line. 3rd and 5 from the 6. Doesn't make any sense. Big play. Carterville needs a stop. Glover looks to throw. Throws it across the middle over the hands of his intended receiver. And that was Aiden Peach.
He was at the
back line.
The back line, just overthrown. One of the few times tonight that Glover's actually overthrown somebody.
4th and 5 now from the 6. Come on, defense. Let's get the stop.
Yeah, I need a stop here. Give yourself a chance.
Timeout is taken by Justin Groves and the Benton Rangers. 7:03 remaining in the contest. Stay with us. We're going to pause for 60 seconds on News Radio WJPF. Okay. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Farm Fresh in Carterville. Support from Farm Fresh of Carterville Lions Sports, your source for ethically produced and pasture-raised beef, lamb, pork, chicken, and more from Develli Sheep Farm in Elkville. Go Lions. Thanks to Carterville Farm Fresh for being one of our boosters here tonight. So the Rangers are going to kick the field goal. And on to do the kicking is Jesser Sapita Eber. And the kick is up and good. It's going to be, I didn't get the mark on that, Scott. I think it was like an 18-yard field goal.
Yeah, that makes up for the missed extra point they have. So that makes it a 3-score game now. I mean, Carterville would have to get 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and they would still trail. So uphill battle for the Lions at this point.
Yep. And with 7 minutes, 6:59 officially on the clock, Carterville's got their hands full. They are going to have to, I don't think there's any doubt, they're going to have to air it out a little bit. They got some of the horses.
Yeah, whether they come back or not at this point, I think, let Hellriegel get comfortable with throwing the ball downfield. You're going to play teams like, when I looked at Carterville's schedule this year, take nothing away from the other teams they're going to play, but of what I knew, Benton and Nashville were the 2 toughest teams on the schedule.
Without a doubt.
And so you're going to have to do some things, and again, I talked about in the pregame where I didn't think they wanted Hellriegel to have to win you a game in the second half or late in the game because, he's a junior, first start under center as a varsity quarterback. But 6:59 to go, down by 3 scores, time to air it out and see what happens. Maybe you'll learn something about some other players at this point.
After the game, we'll have the SIU Credit Union post-game report coming up. We'll talk to head coach Brett Dial, wrap up the scores that we have, wrap up this game, as we're only 6 minutes and 59 seconds from the conclusion. Benton's going to kick away. Again, it's going to be Townsend Barton, the deep man for the Lions. The kick, squib kick on the ground, picked up at the 20-yard line. It's taken by Carterville's Braden Wakey, and he's dropped at the 25-yard line. Carterville's going to have it there. 1st and 10 from the 23.
Well, we always say, Dave, that, you need to run north and south, not east and west. Well, here you do want to run east and west because that's the way the field is set up.
That's true.
And he was running too far to the south. He should have turned it up and tried to get a few more yards.
1st and 10 from the 23 for the Carterville Lions as they break huddle with head coach.
Go west, young man.
Brett Dial on the far sideline. Yeah. We'll find out. They're going to have 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Blake Berkey's the near side receiver. Hellriegel looks to throw. Swings it out right side. That's Peyton Biddle out across the 20. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage at 23, bringing up 2nd and 10 now for the Lions.
Yeah, good open field tackle. Again, when Carterville has thrown the ball to the sidelines, there hasn't been a lot of time in space for the receivers to do anything once they catch the ball.
Second and 10 from the 23. Hellriegel rolls to the short side, throws it out, and
catch.
They're going to say a catch out there by Townsend Barton. 1st down for the Lions. Nice dive and catch by Barton.
Yep. What, do we have a penalty flag on the play? Well, that cannot be good. If you're a Carterville fan, it can't be good. Oh.
Personal foul. It's going to be offsetting, so.
Well, that's almost like a penalty against Carterville and nobody else because it takes away the first down.
Exactly.
So now you've got to replay the down, but it takes away what would have been a first down. So
it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 23.
Football at the 23-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
All right, everybody set. 6:14 on the clock. Clock rolls. Carterville brings 3 receivers to the near side now. Hellriegel rolls to the right, loses his balance, dives back, maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. And now 3rd down and 10 for the Lions.
Head coach Brett Dahl screaming at somebody. Somebody didn't do what they were supposed to. He's not a happy camper.
Third and 10 from the 23. Don't forget the Lions are going to be in action next Friday night at home. Their home opener when they host the Heron Tigers. Carterville celebrating the 25th anniversary of the state championship. Next Friday night, Hellriegel throws. Oh, feels some pressure, is able to escape, gets out across the 30-yard line out near the 35. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, nice run by Hellriegel. Got the pressure, found an opening. That's one thing we knew about Hellriegel coming into this season is that he could run the ball. He's got the ability to take off and another player with a cramp for Benton.
It's Landon Bolin who's down. That's the 2nd time for Landon. As he's cramping up and trainer come right out. We're going to take a break. 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. 23-6. The Rangers on top of the Lions here on News Radio WJPF. Thirty. Are we good? Okay. 5:14 remaining here in the contest as training staff continues to work on Landon Bolin.
Got a score here. Nashville over Johnston City at the end of the 3rd, 22-6. Johnston City giving them a little bit better game than I thought they would, to be quite honest.
Yeah. And how about that? You know, that game came together in 4 days?
Yeah.
You know, after it was announced that,
Vienna Goreville was not going to be able to play.
Yeah. And Nashville had an opening because of Edwards County. Is that correct?
Nashville, Carlisle.
Carlisle, that's right. That's right.
And I believe that next year, Carlisle is going to go to the 8-man football league.
That's what I had heard as well.
So this is their last year playing the traditional football. And they're doing that because of numbers.
You ever seen 8-man football?
I have not. I would imagine it's like watching arena football where there's a lot of scoring, I would think, but maybe not.
A couple years ago, I watched the Iowa State Championship 8-man. It's kind of cool. You know what the difference is? 3 men.
Man, I tell you, nothing gets by you, does it? You're
counted that on 2 hands. 5:04. Hellriegel keeps it out across the 40 to the 45.
Ooh.
Nice job by cornerback for the Carterville Lions. Andrew Hellriegel as he takes it for a Carterville first down. Clock continues to roll under 5 minutes now. As the ball is at the Carterville 46. 3 receivers to the far side. Carterville trails this 23-6. Hellriegel airs it out. Peyton Biddle, the one-handed catch out on the far sideline, out across the 40.
Again, Hellriegel got rid of the ball just in time as he had pressure coming from his backside, and Biddle with a nice catch, and then the hurdle. And I think that might be, I think Biddle's down on the ground now. But this is, regardless of the outcome of this game, this is giving Hellriegel confidence in not only throwing the ball, but also running the ball. And I think that's a big plus going forward.
It is a cramp as trainer Mike is out to attend to Peyton Biddle. He made a one-handed grab.
Yes.
He was running toward the sideline. The ball was out in front of him. He stuck his left hand out, grabbed it, covered up, hurdled, cramped up. Trainer Michael getting him stretched out here, but that was a beautiful catch. 1st and 10 for the Lions now. The ball is at the 39-yard line. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow will be Sports Voice, where we name the first high school football team of the week. And coming up on the postgame show, brought to you by the SIU Credit Union, we'll have our player of the game, brought to you by Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal. They continue to work on Peyton Middle on the far sideline. Next Friday night, we'll be on the air at 6:45, Lions Field, as cross-county rival Heron Tigers will be in town. Of course, Heron, big Week 1 matchup tomorrow night when they host the Marion Wildcats.
Yeah, Kerry Martin's got another good team for what I understand, so not going to be easy for Heron tomorrow night at home.
Lions 1st and 10 from the 39. Hellriegel drops back, airs it out again. Townsend Barton, I believe, is the receiver there. It is. Gain of about 8 for the Lions. 2nd and 2 now. And they mark it at the 39. 3 receivers left. It's the give to Barton and Townsend Barton, and he's popped right at the 30-yard line. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just not much running room up the middle, and that's kind of been the way it's been for Carterville tonight after their first possession of the game. You know, the first possession, ran the ball well, and then from that point on, Benton made some adjustments, and it's been tough sledding for Carterville's running game.
3rd and 1 from the 30, and a whistle stops the play. It may be Coach Brett Dials doing some hard coaching over on that far sideline. Instruction. Continues to try to teach the guys. Know what you got to do.
You know, Dave, the last 2 times Carterville's been here, including tonight, Carterville's only scored 6 points in almost 8 quarters of football.
A lot to be said there, Scott Hudson. Hellriegel keeps it, scampers away.
Oh, that could have been a late hit right at the head.
It could have been. Andrew gets right up, though. So it is 1st and 10.
Murfreesboro goes ahead of Carbondale 21-7.
2nd and 6 from the 21 now. Hellriegel drops the ball, picks it up, feels the pressure, tries to get away and can't. Nice pursuit by the Benton defense as they drop Andrew Hellriegel for a big loss.
Well, you look at all three Benton players that are after him, they're all linebackers or defensive backs.
Yep.
They're just bringing the house on every play, and why not?
3rd. Drove him back to the 37-yard line. Excuse me, 32-yard line.
3rd down, 17.
So it was a loss of 11. Hellriegel now airs it out across the middle. Going up was Peyton Middle back in the game. Falls incomplete. And that stops the clock with 2:22 remaining here in the contest.
Yeah, Biddle's a small guy in stature, but not afraid to go over the middle. Ball thrown like that, a little high. Boy, you hope the safety's not within striking distance.
So we have another timeout taken, and this one taken by Coach Brett Dial. We'll pause for 30 seconds. Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 2:22 remaining in the contest. 23-6. The Rangers with the lead on the Carterville Lions. As a timeout was taken by Carterville. Coming up on our post-game report, we'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Lions football, 4th and 17 from the 32. Hellriegel drops back, cuts it up, going to keep it to the 20, to the 15, where he's hit from behind and buried at about the 18-yard line.
First down, though.
That's going to be a first down.
He pops up.
Nice run. 1st and 10 now.
Again, all this positive that's going on in this drive, whether it's Hellriegel throwing the ball or running the ball, it's just going to give him confidence going forward.
Absolutely. Clock rolls. 2:10 remaining. Hellriegel looks to the left side, throws it left side, finds Carterville's Blake Berkey, where he's pushed out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 2 from the 5. 2nd and goal from the 5. Get the play in. The clock stopped right now at 2 minutes remaining. Put the man in motion. That's Townsend Barton. Hellriegel rolls to his right. Have pressure from behind. Gets it away. Completes it, but
there's a penalty flag on the far side.
At the 6.
Now there's another flag. That's got to
be a unsportsmanlike.
I'm thinking maybe a Benton player said something, because Barton, who the receiver, was on the ground. I don't know that he said anything while he was laying there, but we'll see.
The officials get together. .154 remaining. And all 5 officials come together right at the 13-yard line between the hashes. It's a long conversation. Well, I heard such and such say this.
Yeah.
And I heard such and such say that.
Now you told me, the one of the officials was probably saying, now you told me we were going to the pizza place after the game.
Yep.
And I said I wanted a burger. So.
All right, this is settled. You're going to have chicken.
At this rate, we're going to have breakfast.
23-6, the score, with 1:54 remaining. We appreciate you tuning in and listening here on News Radio WJPF. And if you're watching on our YouTube stream, thank you so much for tuning in. First game under the belt for both teams. They'll be able to work on the adjustments they need to make in the upcoming week of practice.
Yeah, you know, the thing about this Carterville team, pretty much junior dominated, but there's a lot of talent out there. And, you know, Benton's a very good team, and they knew it coming in, Carterville did. So I think Carterville will be fine. They just got to fine-tune some things, you know, work on ball security, I'm sure, this week in practice, and, you know, cut down on the penalties. A lot of Benton's success tonight, not all, but a lot of Benton's success tonight came off Carterville miscues. And so if you can clean it up a little bit, then I did not see a call.
Well, I didn't see a call either, but you have side judges on each sideline talking to the head coaches.
Yeah, the ball is basically placed where Barton caught the ball.
At the 5.
So
So Carterville's Brett Dial being talked to. Justin Groves is being spoken to. Now the referee Morrissey makes his way back toward the far sideline. So it'll be offsetting probably. Unsportsmanlike Benton. Yeah, illegal procedure on the Lions and then unsportsmanlike. Nobody was set. That play shouldn't have happened, but they're going to call.
Delay of game?
Delay of game.
How can you have a delay of game after the play the play clock hadn't even started?
He hadn't even finished making his
And
call
Brent
of the
Dial just
penalty.
throws his headset on the field and says, how can it be delay of the game when he never started the clock? Unbelievable.
Well, he hadn't even finished. Barely just finishing the penalty.
So they're going to leave the ball where it was. No, they moved it back 5 yards. That's just a
minute 51 on the clock. 23-16.
Officials didn't get a preseason either.
Hellriegel rolls out, throws it out. Oh, big hit right at the goal line. And on the reception for the Lions, that's Peyton Biddle. But a big pop keeps Biddle from scoring, and they're going to put the ball right at the 2-yard line. This is a 17-play drive for the Lions. It's going to be second and goal from the 2. Minute 20. Snap right to Townsend Barton. Stutter steps, puts his head down, and it's going to be a yard short of the goal line.
Yeah, it was snapped at his knees, almost dropped it, but was able to recover it and gained about a yard.
He did gain a yard, so it's at the 1 with 61 seconds remaining.
Be nice to get another score here.
It would be. 23-6 the score. Carterville at the 1. Again, the direct snap to Townsend Barton, puts his head down, and he's stopped.
Wow.
Third down now.
You know, when you've got an offensive line as big as Carterville's, you know, that shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't happen. Timeout is taken by the Lions.
Now, having said that, Mr. McKenzie, Townsend Barton, everybody knows who's going to get the ball, and everybody knows who's going to run the ball. So there's not going to be any trickery when Barton is lined up as the quarterback.
Nashville beat Johnston City 30-8. That's a final. Cardinals win tonight.
That's shocking in itself after
I agree.
Against the Pirates the other night with a 7-1 lead and lose 11-7.
Saw that. We'll trash talk the Cardinals tomorrow on
also,
Sports Voice.
Another topic of discussion tomorrow on Sports Voice. Big news out of SIU, and no, it's not Nick Baker being named quarterback. Stone Labanowitz decides
leave the program.
See you later.
He's going to transfer out after not getting the.
He didn't get the starting nod
position.
And I have to say that's a little surprising. I did not think that would happen, but.
Well. Sports Voice tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with Murph and Hudson. 41 seconds remaining. It's Hellriegel going to keep it, and that Benton defense lines him up, keeps him from scoring.
Yep. Carterville was at the 2, and they're still at the 2 after 3 plays.
Yep. Clock continues to roll. 24, 23, 22. So 4th and goal for the 2. Hellriegel takes the snap, gives it to Lanham.
He didn't get there.
He stopped.
Unbelievable.
Great defensive stand by the Benton Rangers to keep the Lions out of the end zone. A 19-play drive. And with 8.5 seconds remaining, the final score will be the Benton Rangers 23, Carterville Lions 6.
Yeah, Benton took a timeout. That's interesting.
The clock had stopped.
And they went ahead and took a timeout anyway. I think, well, I thought maybe they would put maybe some of these younger kids that don't get to play in for one play. But
ball's going to be at the 2-yard line. Defensive stand, strong defensive stand by the Rangers. Coming up, we're going to have a chance to talk to head coach Brett Dial on the SIU Credit Union postgame report. 8.5 seconds on the clock. 23-6. Rangers in the V formation, starts the clock. That's a ball game. 23-6, the Rangers get the win. Stay tuned. Our SIU Credit Union postgame report is next on News Radio WJPF.
Rangers travel to Sparta next Friday night. See you at Sparta. Drive safe.
So, whenever Coach comes up, we only got...
I'll give to him.
Let me shut this.
Hey, 23-6, the final score. The Benton Rangers pick up a Week 1 win over the Carterville Lions. And good showing from the Rangers tonight as they knock off the Carterville Lions. And Carterville's got some work to do in the coming week.
Yeah, I think Carterville, you know, again, the things that Carterville didn't do tonight very well was hang on to the ball in the first half. And anytime you give a team that has the offensive weapons like Benton does, give them extra opportunities to score, they're going to take advantage of it. 3 turnovers tonight for Carterville. 2 of those led to Benton touchdowns. But that's things that can be corrected. It isn't a talent thing. It's something that can be corrected in practice along with the penalties as well. I thought Benton's defensive front was better than Carterville's offensive line tonight for the most part. And I thought that was big in the game too because it allowed Benton to run the ball probably more than they thought they were going to, which also set up the passing game. So, again, things that Carterville can correct. It's not a talent thing. It's just getting back to practice this week and getting prepared for Heron.
Yep, and you'll see, not just with the Carterville Lions, every single team will make the biggest adjustments between Week 1 and Week 2 of the season. You know, it's that way for every single team, win or lose.
Yeah, and you have to remember that Carterville's offensive line was, as I said in the pregame, was the veteran group of this team. You had a new quarterback, new running backs, new wide receivers. Skill position players were all new. And it's going to take a time for those guys to gel, even though most have played together since they were freshmen, if not in junior high. I thought Hellriegel looked better in the second half. I thought he made some good decisions. I think that's going to be he's going to be good. We know what Barton can do. Lanham, even though he fumbled twice, I think he's going to be a beast running the ball.
I agree.
But I think the key right now is, other than cutting down the turnovers, the offensive line, who needs to carry this team for a while until those juniors get up to game speed. The offensive line has got to be better overall than they were tonight.
23-6, the final score. We'll take our first break here on the SIU Credit Union post-game report. When we come back, we'll break down the scoring in this contest and update you on scores from around Southern Illinois. Benton gets the win 23-6 on the Lions here on News Radio WJPF. (23-6) the final score. The Benton Rangers knock off the Carterville Lions here in week 1 of the IHSA football season. When you look at the scoring tonight, Carterville started the game. They had the football, Scott, 14-play drive. They give it back to the Rangers on the change of possession. They looked great on that first drive.
Especially running the ball. I thought the running game was very good. But then you get down to where there's not as much real estate left, and that's where Benton's defense stiffened, and Carterville had to turn the ball over, as you said, on downs.
Rangers scored the only touchdown in the first quarter. That was a 16-yard touchdown run for their quarterback, Glover, and they lead at 7-0 after 1. Carterville got the football back. They had back-to-back turnovers, fumbles by Lanham for Carterville. And they turn it over on the first possession of the second. Benton takes it right down. It was Kinsman, a 4-yard touchdown run. That put Benton up 14-0 after the extra point. Then Carterville scores with no time left on the clock heading into the half after a penalty gave the ball to the Lions. It was a pass from Andrew Hellriegel to Peyton Biddle. The 2-point conversion was missed. It was 14-6 at the half. As we head to the second half, one touchdown by the Benton Rangers, a 12-yard run from Boland for the Rangers, 20-6 the score after the extra point. And then to wrap up the scoring, it was an 18-yard field goal from Eber to make it 23-6. Scott, we need to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game.
Well, I think you got to go with Keegan Glover. I mean, he did it with his legs. He did it with his arms. He had a very good second half of finding open spaces with his feet, then throwing the ball. He had several timing passing plays that were just perfect. He's a hard kid to contain, and I know when he was a sophomore and he started his varsity career, he took his lumps. And this Benton program took their lumps with him. But he's gotten bigger. He's gotten better. One of the best quarterbacks in Southern Illinois. And, he was the difference tonight, and we thought that could be the case. And so I'd say Keegan Glover is Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, called Joe. Joe and Lindsay McCann of Carterville, proudly serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years. They specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, spring cleanups, fall cleanups. They do it all. 618-534-8148. It is Keegan Glover, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. When we come back, we're going to talk to Carterville head coach Brett Dial. Coming up next on the SIU Credit Union postgame show here on News Radio WJPF.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Need help decorating your home during the holidays? Call Steven at Weller the Florist, 985-2851, or visit wellertheFlorist.com and order online. Go Lions!
From faxing to notarizing, UPS stores every ink for your small business.
You're all done on spot.
Your confidence.
Interview coach and get out. Let's go.
About the shredding services available at the UPS store. They're just what you need for protecting, securing, and disposing of proprietary documents.
Oh, so I can do less worrying.
The UPS store. Every ink for small business. And, of course, shipping. Shredding services are provided by Iron Mountain Information Management, LLC. The UPS store franchise locations are independently owned. Visit the upsstore.com/shredding for details.
23-6, the final score. The Benton Rangers knock off your Carterville Lions in week 1, and Coach Brett Dial joins us here on our post-game show. Coach, the most impressive thing about this game tonight is you really have to appreciate the talent of the quarterback for the Benton Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, we knew this kid was pretty good. He's a 3-year starter. He's an all-state caliber kid, and he just did a really good job of keeping plays alive and keeping the chains moving, the ball out of our hands. And it seemed like every time we needed a big play or a big stop, he was the one that, whether it was a scramble or, keeping a play alive and throwing to a receiver downfield, he's a tough kid. I mean, I think that we did a pretty good job in the first half. We thought he was going to come out and really try to throw it. I think we did a really good job against the pass, and then they kind of found a few seams there running it that we were kind of conceding, and then we had to tighten things up. And when we tightened things up, he started to throw it on us. So, that dual threat kind of kid, he's tough, and he had a great game, and he's an all-state player for a reason.
The one thing that was surprising, we kind of coming into the game, Coach, know about the experience of the offensive line for the Carterville Lions, the size of the Lions' offensive line. But as Scott mentioned during the game, their defensive line beat the Carterville offensive line tonight.
Yeah, I was a little, and I don't want to overreact until I see some film. Exactly. And see, I need to take a closer look at a few things. But I was a little disappointed that I thought in the opening drive, I thought we were moving it really well, and I thought we were getting a lot of the things that we thought we were going to have, and then all of a sudden they were gone. And then we get a couple turnovers, back-to-back possessions, and just, kill ourselves, have the defense out there way too long, and just put a lot of stress on them. And it's tough to win on the road when you don't take care of the football, and then, we'd get a drive going, we'd get just a costly penalty. And you just have to play mistake-free on the road against a quality team, and we did not do that tonight.
Is it safe to say that the biggest adjustments you'll make game to game come in week 1 to week 2?
Well, traditionally, yes. I mean, your biggest gains are week 1 to week 2. And, we'll go back to our place next week. And, obviously it's a big rivalry game for us. We're going to be up. We're going to be ready for it. And, I just hope that, we can deliver. We just need to clean up our execution, and I think we'll be fine.
And it's going to be a big night. Get to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the state championship for the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, it should be a quality crowd. I think we have a good crowd at home anyway, and then we have an event like that. Should bring in a few people from out of town and out of state. So we look forward to getting that group back together, and we look forward to getting in front of our own fans and playing the Heron Tigers.
Can't wait to see you then.
So I'll see you, buddy.
Coach Brett Dial joining us here on the our SIU Credit Union post-game report, and 23-6, the final score. Benton knocks off the Lions. And, Scotty, there we go. I will let you put a bow on this one.
Well, not the start that obviously the Carterville Lions wanted. However, you heard Coach Dahl talking about the all-state quarterback and how tough he is to defend. And, I still saw some good things from this Carterville team tonight. I think they're going to be okay. I don't think this is as I said earlier, this is not a talent issue. This is a clean some things up issue. And with the big crowd they're going to have there next week, and then you got the crosstown rival Heron Tigers coming in, I think Carterville will be fired up to win this game. win that game, I should say. So I think this team still, still is going to be very good this year. I think this is a playoff caliber team, and I would be very surprised if that didn't happen. I think they're going to get a lot of wins this year. It's just got to take care of the ball a little bit better. You got to clean up the mistakes with the penalties, and if they can do that, I think this team's going to be good. It was just Benton's night tonight.
23-6, the final score. Next week, as we mentioned, Carterville is going to celebrate their 25th anniversary of the state championship at home when they host cross-county rival Erin Tigers. Of course, Coach Brett Dowell wanted to ask him a question, but we'll just talk about that during the pregame show next week. But 25 years since Carterville won the state championship, 1988, right? Am I doing my right?
That would be 85.
85,
I believe,
right.
or 86. 85, 86. But anyway, it makes us older either way. So, but it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of great memories from that team. I remember being in the Carterville press box at the old Carterville football field for all the games that they played at home that year. I did not get to go to state, but they were underdogs going into that playoff season because they got bumped up. And they beat teams like Erin, Murfreesboro, Massac, DuQuoin, and then went on to win state. So it'll be a lot of fun next week.
It is going to be a lot of fun. The Erin Tigers, they play tomorrow night. They'll take on, host the Marion Wildcats. So we'll see. It's going to be a good game. And it's always fun when we play Erin. And it'll be at home next Friday night. Pre-game show, 6:40 on NewsRadio WJPF, and we'll have the live stream going as well. For our producer-engineer back at the studio, from a broadcast partner, the best, Scott Hudson, I'm Dave McKenzie. We'll talk to you next Friday night. The Benton Rangers knock off your Carterville Lions 23-6 in Week 1 of the high school football season. Until next Friday night, we'll hope you have a great week, and God bless. Thank you for listening to Lions Football on News Radio WJPF. Thanks, buddy.